by our powers combined.
Are we back? There's three of us here.
Yes. Yes, there are.
The three amigos. The three musketeers.
It's 2020.
So yeah, like I was listening to, I think it was a couple podcasts ago, where, you know, Andrew was talking about, how come you guys never invite me on the show? Like, what's going on with that?
I don't know.
And, you know, I heard you loud and clear, Andrew, and here you are.
You guys just always seem like you're having so much fun. And, like, you know, Sam's cool, but...
Never.
We used to hang out as three of us for a little while, and I was just like, I want to do that again. That'd be cool.
We could do that regularly, or, you know, every once in a while, and never been a problem, so clearly what's going on.
I didn't want to butt in where I wasn't invited, you know. Don't want to be that.
I don't understand.
Don't want to be that tricycle guy.
You know what? It's your vehicle.
Third wheel.
You can invite
like,
yourself.
it's like, how are you the third wheel if you're the driving the car? I don't understand what you're...
Sam got so angry he got kind of
digitized or something.
Digitized. Yeah, your voice went a little crazy for a second there.
I don't even know how that worked. I didn't do anything.
I mean, the internet did it for you, apparently.
It felt my intent.
It did, indeed. So should we tell people what's going on? Because we're about a minute in.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Sam, go for it.
So, new year, new us. This is season 2 of
everything.
Everything. Total Original Geek News Podcast and the Review Zoo. So, this episode is a special episode because it's the start of the year, so we're putting everybody on it. Hey, everybody, say hey.
Hey. This episode brought to you by Blue Chew. It helps your bonus be rock hard.
They're not even going to pay us for that,
and
dude.
Ready to go.
You choose,
like
so
when you were 20.
Can do.
It's practice.
Talk about
Chew it so you can do it.
It's practice. So when we get sponsors.
Actually, that's actually not a bad...
You like it?
That's not a bad ad. Chew it so you can do it. I would. That's a good thing.
I'll take my 20 cents now.
See, now if they steal it and start using it for marketing, we know where they got it.
Exactly.
Ooh. And we have the podcast, so we can just show that we did it first.
Exactly.
See, we covered sponsor ad, icebreaker. Now what do we cover next?
Would you stop peeking behind? Okay. So, since someone is spoiling the script, best things about 2019. What do you guys think were the best things of 2019?
It's over.
Oh,
wow.
Also, the Avengers Endgame. I'll throw
Thank you. Okay, we said the thing.
Yes.
Avengers Endgame. You know, ends of series can be disappointing for some people.
A little bit.
And sometimes the creators of certain shows make it very disappointing for people. Cough, cough, Game of Thrones. Cough, cough, Star Wars. So it was nice to have something that...
How many rants did we get out of that? How many rants did we get out of the Game of Thrones thing? Probably a lot. I'm talking about from you.
How many?
Yeah.
They didn't stop.
Okay.
It's one of them
still going.
I still have the hate fire. It still burns bright. But
yeah,
Endgame was actually great. Like, it wasn't like bad. There were so many movies, so many scenes that were so cool. There's still scenes where I can just watch to the day and I still get the chills. Like Avengers Assemble. Anybody?
Oh yeah, it's
still
a big
chills?
one. I get the chills from that, from Cap lifting Mjolnir. What else? On Your Left.
On Your Left.
I mean, just so many things in that movie. It's just, it gives you the chills every single time. It's a classic, and it's a classic.
It's true.
I still bust out and grin when like Hulk puts on the Infinity Gauntlet, and like everyone's just like walking back, and then Thor's just like throwing a thumbs up, like yeah, you got it, you got it, buddy, keep going.
It's true. That's all I got.
Else good?
Let's see. So there's that in terms of movies. How about this? How about comics? What are the best comics that you've read in 2019?
Of X.
The Immortal Hulk.
Powers of X.
Immortal Hulk. House of X.
Powers of
X. I gotta say, Powers in House was pretty epic.
The ending of Black Science.
Okay.
I have to read the beginning of Black Signs, but
Yeah, same
Black
here.
Signs it's like if Sliders went super dark. It's
I'm gonna
great.
get to that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anything else?
so there's that. What about games?
So I want to say Borderlands 3, but
It's garbage.
they have a glitch. Well, okay. So here's the thing.
Hot garbage.
As a fan of Borderlands, the Borderlands franchise, I had the rose-tinted glasses on, and Borderlands 3 was amazing to me when it first came out. And after playing it, I will say it was good.
Okay.
But there were so many glitches in it that it made it not good for me. Especially the fact that I have a glitch currently playing right now where I can't end the fucking game. Like, there's a part of the mission where, like, the main story mission that involves me doing a thing, and the thing ain't there for me to do. And I've tried everything to fix it, and I've gone on all the message boards, and they all said, yeah, you're kind of just fucked. You have to kind of pair with somebody. And I can't pair with anybody because I'm level cap. So nobody's at my level to even want to pair with me. Because I was playing on the side trying to figure out what to fix it while, leveling up repeatedly. It's like, I have to start all over again? How is this a game? How is this a thing? Gearbox, you're hurting my feelings. Come on. I've been a loyal customer for so long. What the fuck?
You may have to hop on Reddit, set up a play date.
No,
there you go.
I did. Shit. Yeah, maybe I have to do that. Yeah.
Just beg somebody like, hey, come on, hop on Xbox.
No, actually, no, that's a lie. Because I about 2 weeks ago, I actually did pair with somebody, and I ended up beating the game. So I actually saw how the game ended, which was super corny, by the way. Alicia Keys, Girl on Fire, really?
Oh, really?
You paid that?
I didn't know that was the ending.
You know how the ending music they played Girl, because Lilith. I mean, spoiler alert for anyone who hadn't finished the game.
Too late for
Lilith
that.
does Lilith does a very hero sacrificey moment, and like everyone's just like, oh wow, it's Lilith, and she has like a phoenix fire emblem learnt onto the moon, and so they ended it with the credits playing with Girl on Fire by Alicia Keys, and I was like, this is painful. And then like I go back and it didn't fix the glitch. It didn't. I was still back where I was. So I was like, oh fuck. So that doesn't help. So I started over again playing Moe's instead of what's his name? The guy that's Irish. Zane.
There you
Zane's
go.
awesome. Yeah.
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 I'm trying to think
what
what I
about you,
liked. I can't think of what I liked anyways.
For video games?
Yeah, nothing.
I mean,
I
I have a handful, and I mean, like,
Who went your top award?
God of War is still up there. I mean, I'm just talking about like games that. I mean, I had a high bar this year. I would say God of War, without a doubt. I would say I'm still playing a lot of 2018 games like The Witcher. Playing that. Playing Frostpunk. That's really good. I'm shocked at how good that is. Anno. So I've been playing a lot of Civ games. That's really good as well. But the best game. That's really hard to say right now. That's hard to say. I'm probably going to go with God of War, and I'll probably say Fallen Order as soon as I finished it.
If they put a gun to your head right now and they were like, what's the better game, what would you say? Even though you haven't finished it.
I would say Fallen Order. It's really good.
Ooh.
It's really good. And I think I probably won't feel the same in a couple months. It's only because I just came off finishing another Star Wars trilogy, and I'm still, into the lore and all that stuff. So that's probably why I'm feeling that way. I'm a little biased right now, so. But.
All right.
And you can't figure out anything, Andrew.
No, I have a couple.
Nothing?
Probably the thing I had the most fun with this year was probably Gears 5, because I played that to completion and really enjoyed that.
That's a good game.
Ground through that. Other than that, I don't know. A lot of Fortnite, a lot of Apex Legends. Those are fun.
I played a lot of Fortnite this year too.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, I think I played a lot of Fortnite in 2019, so that was a lot of fun. I like Sekiro, but I'm not very good at it, so I need to go back and actually put time into it, because that game is hard as shit. Control was fun, but I still have to finish that one. And
yeah, Control. I'm halfway through that too. That's a good game as well. I probably should have put that up there.
yeah, I'm trying to think. There's a problem. Is it's Game Pass. I've been playing a lot of games.
Yeah.
It's just I pick up something, I don't finish it, but I get into a lot of new things and try it. So there's probably a few things out there. I was playing SteamWorld as well. SteamWorld Dig 2. That was fun. Kind of a Metroidvania. So a little bit of everything. There's a little bit of stuff.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good year for games, actually. It's been a pretty good year. 2019.
Yeah, I mean, well...
So we're now going to ask about TV?
Still good. Oh, right. What would be the best TV you saw in 2019?
I'm going to have to say CW. They knocked it out of the park with their DC universe.
True.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Knocked it out of the damn park.
Crisis.
So I liked that. I'm going to think the best show, though, that I saw was probably The Good Place, because that just wrapped up. And it was pretty bonkers.
For good? It wrapped up for good?
They had a story and they had an idea. They finished it shortly a little while ago.
Can we quickly discuss, like, so
Sure.
Is The Good Place actually hell, purgatory, heaven? Like, what the fuck happened?
I mean, I think we can say it by now, but yes, The Good Place was actually hell.
Oh, okay.
And they find that out by the end of season 1. And then after that, the following seasons are basically just them trying to survive the fact that they realize they're in hell, then them kind of becoming friends with their tormentor, and him trying to not be their tormentor anymore, then them trying to actually find the real good place, and then the last season has been kind of them actually running the good place, the fake one, in order to prove that mankind can be saved, because basically for hundreds of years, if not thousands of years, pretty much everybody in mankind has been sent to hell because it's just too hard for anyone to really be good, because every choice you make is like, can set you back. Like, hey, you bought flowers for your girlfriend. That's a good thing. But these flowers were grown on some kind of chemical farm that kills 1,000 bees, so it's technically a bad thing. So, hey, you recycled,
crazy.
but you also bought plastic goods that are ruining the earth. So while you recycled, good thing, you still get more bad points because technically buying plastic goods is a bad thing. So it's just like the system was broken, and they find that out, and they realize that no one is actually going to heaven really anymore because everyone is screwed. And yeah,
that's nuts.
So the last season was really good. I won't say a lot about it, but the show ends in such a way that you don't get like a perfect ending, but you also don't get a bad ending. It's kind of just a logical ending. And yeah, they ended off instead of like keeping it going forever, which I guess they could have. But yeah, I liked it a lot. I definitely highly recommend anyone to watch it, and you have to start from the beginning if you're going to watch it, because otherwise you'll miss out on everything and why things happen the way they do.
Right. That sounds really interesting. I was always interested in watching it, but I just never got around to it. But
I highly recommend it.
It's on Netflix now, so might as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you should start it. Start from the beginning.
I was waiting for it to end, so as soon as they said that season 4 was going to be the last season, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I'll just wait you out and then finish it. You know, funny enough, I felt the same thing about Silicon Valley. Like, the ending wasn't like a super, like, the ending I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't a bad ending.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I was kind of okay with it. My shows for me, well, I mean, I probably would have gave it to Infinity Crisis, but, like, I didn't know enough about this because I haven't watched any of those shows, which is a cardinal sin. But so I couldn't give it a...
But Sam, the worst part about that is, like, if you really want to understand what's going on, you actually have to watch the entirety of the seasons before.
Yeah, no, that's what seasons. I thought. That's why I didn't even bother. Because I said to myself...
Elseworlds is a setup for what's going on in Crisis. So it's like, what the hell?
See? So, like, that's what I'm saying. Originally, I was like, I'm just going to watch it anyway. And I'm just like... Everyone was telling me, no, you're not going to get any fucking thing.
Yeah.
But I did see enough clips to see, like, you know, I got to see Tom Welland's Superman again. That was fun for me. I also saw the very interesting meeting of two Flashes.
Can we spoil it now?
I feel as though we can't spoil it now.
We need to talk about it, like, in our, you know, set of news that, you know, we avoided talking about yet.
Quick question, Sam. You are recording, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure, because your audio over the internet is kind of funky, so we'll be able to clean you up with your own recording.
There you go.
Behind the curtain.
Bless you.
Thank you. So, talk about your scene that's going to probably appear in the Flashpoint movie.
Oh, jeez.
So, in the middle of the series, I don't know where exactly this takes place, but I'm pretty sure it's for the farther end of the show because it sounds like Flash is doing the thing where he Flash saves the day. Flash is trying to figure out how to get somewhere, and he runs into Flash. And you think, oh, they run into a copy of himself. No. TV Flash runs into movie Flash. They actually got Ezra Miller to come in, and he was in his costume, and he was acting all normal Flash, and he was all confused. And they were both confused, and he didn't know anything about the Flash, and it looks like TV Flash gave Flash his actual name because he didn't call himself the Flash, and he's just like,
right.
The Flash, the Flash. I like that. You can see it in his face, like, yeah, I'm gonna use that. He doesn't know about the Speed Force yet, so that's interesting. Yep. And then he fades all the way out, and I'm just like, okay, one, that was perfect. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Two, they're gonna use that in the movie. That's almost definitely gonna be in the movie. They're gonna show in there, so there's going to be a nice crossover. 3, we're getting a Flashpoint movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be Flashpoint in name, buddy.
Well,
okay.
Well, it may be Flashpoint in name, but think about the absolute possibility of this. First of all,
yes,
you have Ezra Miller's Flash, who, like you said, Sam, doesn't really know much about the Speed Force or the name that he was given just now, and this is such a comic booky thing to happen,
yes,
because potentially you could have Grant Gustin's Flash, who hops between dimensions anyways, maybe teaching this guy a little bit more about the Speed Force or running into him in the future and stuff like that, and I could definitely see watching this Flashpoint movie that we see this exact scene happen.
That's what I was saying. It's just so awesome.
It's very comic booky. I actually really liked it. I was shocked, surprised. I kind of felt like something like that was going to happen, but not like this. So it was really cool.
It sounded like it happened very last minute, after even the break, when they took that break after Part 3 over Christmas.
Yeah.
It was very much a last minute thing they got to do and throw in. So.
And they got everyone's blessing, and it just worked out really well. So the director won't.
No, I was gonna talk about the business side of this, but I want you to go ahead first. You finish your point about this.
Oh, so just to clarify, Andy, I can't pronounce this guy's last name. Musa, can you anyone?
Andy Muschietti?
Yeah, that sounds about right to me. He's the newest director for the Flash. If you hadn't known, the Flash director movies, the directors for the Flash movies have turned over more than Uncharted. There's so many fucking directors that was tied to this and then dropped. But he has confirmed that it will be a Flashpoint movie. So this little segment here, this little news bit, is part of a new segment I like to call "I Was Fucking Right," and I feel as though I'm going to be using that a lot. So back to the news. He says that he confirmed that this will officially star the Flash, and this will start filming later this year. This will be adapted of Flashpoint. However, there'll be a different version of Flashpoint than you're expecting. I don't care if it's a different point of Flashpoint than expecting. 1, I care about 1, it's a Flashpoint movie, and 2, that there is a possibility that we can restart the DC universe, the DC movie universe, with it, and I think we can.
But the thing is, the fact that they keep doing this makes it very clear that they don't have to. And here's why I say that. Okay, Wonder Woman 1984 is coming out. All right, great. That's going to be sort of like a prequel or midquel or whatever that is.
Right.
But Aquaman 2 is still on the horizon. Shazam 2 is still on the horizon.
Right.
All right. Then you have Black Adam, which is still on the horizon. Right. You're using actors.
You also have Harley Quinn that's coming out tomorrow.
Coming in tomorrow, which is red hot. Apparently it's an amazing movie. Right?
Right.
Suicide Squad 2. You're using actors that have been in the original core group when this all started, right? They're retaining their roles. So, except for one, really. I mean, we still haven't heard, definitively on Henry Cavill, but
he says he wants to do it, but he also films The Witcher, and we're getting a season 2. So I don't think he's coming back.
I don't think so.
And he's
either.
supposed to be coming back in the next Mission Impossible movie. He ain't gonna have the time to do that.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think so either. But if they really wanted him, they would make time. If they
And they're
really
probably gonna
wanted
make a
him,
sequel.
they would make time. But this leads me to believe that Flashpoint, it really is going to be completely different, and it's not going to reset much at all.
But here's the thing. Here's my bring back to that. You can do the Flashpoint movie. The thing is, somehow, by some coincidence, all the characters that are integral to the Flashpoint movie are characters that are still currently okay. Like Wonder Woman, Aquaman. You can throw Harley Quinn in there somewhere, and Ezra Miller as the Flash. Superman in the Flashpoint is like super scrawny because he's never been outside and he's like a thing. So you can cast him by. You can get DJ Rawls to play him. Batman is not Batman.
But
it's
how
Thomas
can you start
Wayne's.
a franchise with that type of Superman? If you're
You
looking
don't
to
start a franchise.
if you're
You're
trying
not
to
starting
start
a
a new
franchise.
Superman franchise, how can you start a franchise with that Superman?
You're not starting a franchise. You're thinking like restarting it as like restarting the franchise. It's not. You're just literally taking all the bad stuff that you didn't like from the previous one and reconning it basically in real time while keeping the movies going. You can keep the movies exactly the same way they are, but you're reconning a bunch of stuff, and when it ends, it'll be all like, oh, he'll be in front of the new Batman and be like, hey, I got this letter from your dad. Here you go. And you'll be like, oh shit. And then like a new Superman shows up, and you're like, oh, okay, let's go. And you're like, wow, some things did change, and some things stay the same. Da da da. And then
The problem with that is that to introduce a new Batman in that means you're potentially introducing a new Batman at the same time as you introduce a new Batman in Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Right.
Or you introduce Robert Pattinson as the new Batman, just an aged up version of him.
It's very convoluted. I totally get what Andrew's saying, though. It's very convoluted. This whole
We'll
thing is
see how this goes.
Yeah.
We'll see. I have this.
You're counting on Warner Brothers yet again. It's 2020. It's a new year, but it's still Warner Brothers. It's old Warner Brothers. So
Actually,
yeah.
Speaking about movie news, just really fast, good movie news as opposed to Flashpoint. Sam Raimi might be directing Doctor Strange 2.
Yes, I heard about that.
That's perfect.
That, unlike a Flashpoint 5 director's change, is good news.
Okay, 1, fuck you. 2, Sam Raimi directing this thing is fantastic news, and I'm again bringing this up because of crossover potential. Imagine if Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man somehow pops up in that movie.
It's not going to happen. Bruce Campbell's going to pop up in that movie, not Tobey Maguire.
I will fucking take it.
As Mysterio?
He doesn't have to be Mysterio. He can be anybody. He could just be, random, I don't know, Sorcerer Supreme of another dimension, Bruce Campbell. Or a.k.a. Ash, the Sorcerer Supreme of, Marvel Earth 615.
Oh, wait a minute. Evil Dead is a Marvel property, right? In terms of comics.
Isn't it?
I think it is. I think
it's
published by Marvel.
I feel like someone's also been publishing it lately. Like
IDW
or somebody.
Didn't they have Ash versus Marvel
Dark
Zombies?
He may have crossed over. I feel like somebody else has been publishing it recently.
What you're hearing is everyone
Dynamite.
Googling this furiously.
Yeah, Dark Horse, Dynamite, and Devil's Due.
I knew it was Dark Horse.
They probably did have a crossover, I think, at least one time, though.
Yeah. If there's a zombie, he gonna kill it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, obviously you other guys are haters about the Flashpoint movie, but I'm still excited, so you guys just wait on.
Wait, back up. We're not haters. I just don't trust Warner Brothers. That's it.
Exactly.
That's
I have to wait and see.
I understand that.
You have great ideas, Sam. Warner Brothers does not.
Okay.
Yes.
I retract my previous statement. You guys are not haters. You were cautiously, realistically suspicious.
That's what I would say, yes.
I am a mad dreamer who wants my comic book movies to come out beautifully. So maybe I'm wrong. But if I'm right, you'll find out on a little segment I like to call I Was Fucking Right. That's all I'm going to say about that. Any other last minute points in regards to Flashpoint, guys?
Wait and
nothing?
see.
Wait and see.
Wait and see.
I believe when I
Alright.
see it.
All right. By the way, small side to Ezra Miller. The second I saw him on the screen, I got excited again. I love that guy's Flash. He's funny.
Yeah, actually, that was a dope pickup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. But
It's like a cave. A bat cave.
But so we're talking about movies that are potentially coming out,
Yep.
but we know
This one's coming out. I didn't know it was going to come out.
We know there are some movies that are coming out, and we've seen trailers for them.
Yes.
So we have a segment called Trailer Park,
Woo.
where we take a look at some trailers that came out over the last month. And wow, it's an eclectic mix here. So first, let's start off with New Mutants. Yes, we are resurrecting this fucking movie yet again. But I have to say, it feels very, very different now that it's in Marvel's hands. What did you guys think of the New Mutants trailer?
I liked it. Not loved it. I liked it. I liked it.
I liked it. We'll see how it goes.
I liked it too. And honestly, like, I'm a little hyped at what it could possibly mean. But again, you know, they say that it has nothing to do with the current X-Men cinematic universe, correct?
Correct.
I would find it hard for them to put out if it did.
Right.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. I remember when they did a press release, or like when they said it, like release for it. They said the newish members to the MCU. I don't know if that was a gaffe or like maybe a accidental spoiler or something, but I don't know. Like I don't know. This movie has been in hell for forever, to the point where it actually survived a contract being changed over. So this movie, they really wanted to make this movie, so I guess they're gonna make. I mean, if it's not connected to the MCU, then this was just a really expensive
dud.
Gimme?
Yeah.
But
I mean, a lot of these, a lot of the cast is a lot older now.
Yeah,
the last time since they started filming this. So like, I mean, right now we have the film stars Anya Taylor-Joy, who was in Split, and she's playing Magic, and you got Maisie Williams, who's playing Wolfsbane. She looked pretty good.
Yes.
Henry Zaga from 13 Reasons Why as Sunspot, Blue Hunt as Danny Moonstar, and Stranger Things Charlie Heaton as Cannonball. Fox originally ordered reshoots to try and expand on the positive feedback to the horror elements in the first trailer. They scheduled them in September 2018. See, this is how long ago this was. September 2018. Okay? And so it was in limbo for a while, and now it's back. Now that Marvel has fully acquired Fox's properties. So, I got high hopes for it now, but before, we were kind of predicting, like, this would just be a Disney Plus, like, okay, they're going to release this on Disney Plus, and that's it.
I would have thought so.
That's what made the most sense to me.
Or Hulu.
But, yeah.
Hulu, yeah, exactly, because Hulu was supposed to be, like, their rated R offshoot of Disney Plus. They're going to put all their R-rated movies on there. But
They call this, the description of it is Stephen King meets John Hughes style horror. So, like, we're going to get a lot of teen bonding and shit like that, which was big in the original New Mutants comic, but also Stephen King level horror, which means we're going to be disturbed. I saw like a lot of shit in there that I really liked. I saw the Soul Sword, which makes me excited on what that could mean.
That was awesome to see, and even a glimpse of the Demon Bear. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, yeah. I think there's a lot of hype in some of this stuff, and look, if it works out, it works out. I don't expect any like sequels or anything like that. I think they're just trying to make money off of this mistake that was made by Fox.
I
Quote,
also
unquote,
see
mistake.
that. I hold out for the hope that maybe they figure out a way to backdoor mutants into the MCU using this movie. But I hold out for it. I mean, if it's not, I'll still watch it, and I think I'm gonna enjoy it because it looks like a decent movie.
Yeah, absolutely. But
I didn't think I'd say that about New Mutants, but hey.
Speaking of hype,
It's
Morbius.
due out April. So.
Oh yeah, it is. What'd you say?
Oh, it's due out in April.
April 3rd, 2020.
April. So very, very, very soon. Very soon.
Yep.
Yes.
Wait.
Also, another thing that I noticed when I was looking up on this movie, Antonio Banderas is in this.
No, he isn't.
Yes, he is. He's listed as one of the members of the cast. How much you want to bet he might be Demon Bear?
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Right? So wild. I thought that was so weird.
What's with Antonio Banderas coming out of nowhere with all these movies now?
Hey man, he knew what was going on. He was like, I need to get me in a superhero movie. He just picked the wrong one.
Yeah, you're probably right. All right, let's cast him right now. Who should he be in the comic book universe?
Kraven the Hunter.
I think that's perfect, actually. Good call.
Damn,
you called it.
Damn.
That was good casting.
Wow, that was beautiful casting. Beautiful.
Damn. Okay, Kraven the Hunter.
Imagine him as Kraven the Hunter. Dude, the machismo, he would have to get back into shape, so he got that whole ab situation.
Just go on a Marvel diet. They'll get him in shape in no time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I am not Antonio Banderas. I'm Kraven the Hunter. I am like a
throw him at Thor.
Veins.
Chris Hemsworth like, hey, you're gonna help him get there, and he's like, okay.
That's it.
Now I can't unsee it. If he's not cast as Kraven the Hunter, then I don't want any part of that movie.
Super disappointed.
Let's quote Maui. You're welcome.
All right. Next one is Morbius.
Which surprisingly looks good.
Right? Another thing I'm surprised the freak it's look good. Not great, but definitely I'm gonna pay money to go see this.
I'm gonna beg to differ.
Better than Venom looked.
I'm gonna beg to differ. I actually think it looks great.
There you go.
But I'm shocked. I'm shocked as well.
Is it because you kind of have a little bit of a guy crush on Jared Leto?
No. First of all, okay.
Isn't that you?
Yeah, that's you.
No,
that's kind of
not me.
You're the one who liked his Joker.
I liked his Joker. I don't like him.
I mean, you don't like his name because you always say it wrong, but you liked his Joker.
Okay, one, I'm bad at names. Y'all need to let that shit go. Two, that's a hill I'll die on. I thought Joker was fine for this universe. He was fucking fine. Why not? He had a purple Lamborghini. Y'all still can't see how awesome that is.
It's the name of a song.
Yeah, I know, with Rick Ross.
Rick Ross.
And Skrillex. That's a mix.
That says everything right there.
It's a great combo.
That sounds exactly. It says everything right there. I feel as though we're feeling different. We're agreeing on the same topic. We're feeling different energies for it.
Different energies.
Different energies completely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but Morbius. Seriously though, why do you think it's great, Ed?
Okay, so I think because of my disappointment I'm going to be the one to be disappointed in Jared Leto's previous turns in comic book movies. I was not expecting it to look this good. I expected a total departure in what Morbius should be, only based on the fact that his Joker was a total departure on what we thought Joker should and could be. So, it was very comic accurate. Even, him turning to the screen in full Morbius mode, with the nose turned up and the dark hair and all that stuff. That looked really comic accurate to me.
Andrew's doing a frowny face while you're doing a frowny face.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking over some of the stuff on the Morbius movie, and I'm seeing that J.K. Simmons is in the Morbius movie.
Yes, he is. Yeah. It's in the Spider-Man universe. This is the new Sinister Six that's starting up.
Okay.
Because at the end of the trailer, I'm going to spoil it. At the end of the trailer, we see Michael Keaton show up, and who does he play? The Vulture.
And he looks like he's still playing the Vulture.
And he's still playing the Vulture. So he's about to put a team together. I'm putting a team together. It's called the Sinister Six Initiative. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening.
I
No,
think they're all
that's
going to
what's
be
happening.
bound together by an anonymous billionaire who was like, I will hire you to do one goal. Catch the Spider-Man.
Yep. Think so? I think we talked about this.
I think so too. A little bit.
I think we talked about the fact that it's probably going to be Jonah who puts together Sinister Six this time because he's the guy who originally created the Scorpion in the comic books. And we already know the Scorpion exists. We know the Vulture exists. We know the Shocker exists. We know Venom exists, and we know now that Morbius exists. We're only shy one person if Jonah himself is not a part of the Sinister Six officially.
What if the rich millionaire that's helping them is Arno Stark? That'd be cool. Arno Stark?
Yeah, I know who he is, but that's kind of out of left field. Why?
Well, okay, so this is what I was thinking when I was thinking of this, right? So basically, the Vulture's tech is Stark tech, right?
Yeah, offshoot, but yes, technically, yes.
Okay.
With a mixture of like what the fuck are the aliens? The Chitauri?
Yeah, Chitauri.
I'm bad at names.
It's okay. The Chitauri tech, yeah, absolutely. There's a mixture of it. And then depending on who Mysterio, which he probably faked his death, right? What if he comes back? That's Stark tech.
Mysterio comes back.
By Stark.
6.
Owned by Stark.
I'm making a little bit of a point here. I know the wheels are turning a little bit. All right.
Okay, keep it going.
All right. So we have 4 members of the Sinister Six. We could probably take a crack at who might be the other 2. Maybe, right? Let's say Kraven and then one other one. I'm hoping it's Doc Ock. If it's Doc Ock, it might have something to do with Stark Tech.
You already have maybe enough. Like, again, because you have Vulture. You have
I don't count Venom.
You have Scorpion.
I don't count
Venom. You have Shocker, so that's 4.
Who's Scorpion? Oh, yeah, we know who Scorpion is.
Yeah, and he's in jail. He met with
right.
Vulture at the very end, too.
So they probably break him out, too.
So we have...
And we have Shocker.
Yeah, so that's 4. I don't count Venom. I don't think they're going to make Venom in that group.
See, I count Venom because I'm pretty sure Venom is definitely in Morbius' cinematic universe, for sure.
Yeah.
And Venom is the protector of innocence. So for some reason he believes Spider-Man's a bad guy. He's coming for Spider-Man.
I think that Spider-Man and him fight, but I don't think he's going to fight in regards to the team of Sinister Six. I think he might actually team up with Spider-Man to take down the Sinister Six. So that's my 2-cent prediction.
I don't think they can go Venom that way because Venom is going to end up with Carnage at some point. And what better way for Venom to end up with Carnage than for him to team up with the Sinister Six, fail at taking down Spider-Man, be sent to jail, and end up in the same jail as Cletus Cassidy.
Giving birth to Carnage.
Now gets Carnage.
That makes a lot of sense.
Venom has to go to jail.
But they can go so deep with... Venom is so rich in lore at this point right now.
Yes.
They can go so deep with Venom, so they can do anything, to be honest with you.
And I don't think he'll be cool being on a team with 5 of their dudes. It's a waste of Venom. Like, he could do his own
You're not wrong.
fighty thing.
I mean, technically right now in the books, Venom is in God mode right now. That dude is no joke.
Yeah. Doing all the things that Venom can. But we're getting off the topic. What about Morbius?
Okay.
Morbius himself.
Sorry, yes, we were talking about Morbius. The trailer was awesome. No, I mean, so you were asking my opinion. I honestly think it just felt a little bit more accurate than I thought it was going to be. So I don't know what you guys thought.
I thought it was good. I am cautiously optimistic in regards to the Morbius trailer for some reason. It's weird. My radar goes up for plenty of other things and it's just blind spots for other. But for some reason, I'm a little cautious in regards to it. I think maybe I need to see more of it, because it was a teaser trailer. I need to see more actual fighting and stuff. Because it was cool what they were showing the special effects in regards to his powers being developed and stuff. But something about it just seemed a little off, and I don't know what. So maybe I need to see more of the trailer.
Okay.
I'm on board, so it looks pretty cool.
Matt Smith is in it. I didn't know Matt Smith was going to be in it. I feel as though I should know that. I know Tyrese is in it, which we didn't see Tyrese in it, which good for me, because then that would have ruined the movie for me a little bit. But Matt Smith is in it. and he looks like he's the cop or the bad guy. I don't know, or both. Who knows?
I don't know very many of Morbius's rogue gallery, so
He doesn't really have
what's the possibility there?
He doesn't really have one, honestly.
He doesn't really have a rogue. He's
Dracula,
a rogue.
right?
Kind of.
Teams up with Blade. Maybe they can do Midnight Suns.
Yeah, I was thinking they're probably going to, at some point, Morbius is going to run in front of Blade, and either they're going to fight, they're going to collaborate, or both.
Yeah.
Because he's a goddamn vampire.
Pseudo vampire.
If he drinks blood, he's a vampire. Period. All right, but Morbius. Just look out for it. It comes out in July 31st, 2020.
There we go. And next trailer that we looked at was Birds of Prey. And this might be a little too late to talk about this because, as of this recording, by the time this hits the webs, Birds of Prey will probably be out.
Yes.
But, I mean, we can still talk about it. And it's getting rave reviews right now. And
it is the second highest DC film ever reviewed.
Right.
What was the first?
I don't know.
We can look that up. Google.
It was Wonder Woman. I put $10 on it. Yeah. Birds of Prey.
It looks like it had a lot of help too because it looks a lot different than most other DC movies. The action looks a lot different. The fighting, the humor, and all that stuff. It looks like they got a lot of help from someone who worked on the Deadpool movies. You could definitely see that. So, I have to look that up right now because I had it on the tip of my tongue. But it looks goofy. It looks a lot of fun, and Ewan McGregor looks like he's having a lot of fun playing his character of Black Mask. We get to see the hyenas. We're hinted at that Joker is Capuzzi's.
And it's Wonder Woman. Sorry, that should have been.
I knew it.
Aha.
Yeah.
Aha.
And it looks. Rosie Perez is in this movie, and I think that is a sign for me that this is going to be a really good movie.
Yeah, so they compare it to a cross between John Wick and Deadpool, and mainly because some of the people who worked on those two movies worked on this one. So, yeah, I mean, this had success written all over it, to be honest with you. I mean, from the very moment that Margot Robbie, wore the mantle of Harley Quinn, people were very excited about it. So, I'm not too sure about the rest of the cast. I mean, they're saying that Huntress steals the show.
Is that the one played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead? Or?
Yeah, which I'm a huge fan of, by the way.
Yeah, Ramona Flowers and Cloverfield, 10 Cloverfield Lane. Those two movies alone made me love her.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, what do you guys think of the trailer?
Margot Robbie was the only good thing that came out of Suicide Squad, and she continues to prove that.
Yeah, unfortunately,
she can headline her own movie.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes. I mean, I liked Will Smith as Deadshot, but I think I'm biased because I just like Will Smith. So, but yeah, Margot Robbie was literally the best thing that come out of the thing. Also, I do think Amanda Waller being played by Viola Davis was a good casting call. That is literally the same energy. That is the same energy. She did it perfectly. She's not heavy set, but that's literally the only thing. But yeah, Margot Robbie, she looks like she's having a good time doing this too. That's another thing. I like it when people look like they're having fun playing the movie, because it's like if it's a chore, it kind of comes out in your work, and she looks like she's having the fucking day.
It legit looks like they're all having fun. Legit, they look like they had a good time filming this thing. So
yeah.
Oh, Ed.
And Black.
I'm sorry. Something occurred to me. You watched the Flash show, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it didn't occur to me until this moment, but there's no more Council of Wells.
No.
So that means currently, and Sam may not be aware, there are no more new wells to come.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing, Sam. Every season of The Flash, the character of Harrison Wells has been a different character. In the first season, you find out Harrison Wells is not really Harrison Wells. He's the Reverse Flash, and they beat him, and they bring in a Harrison Wells from Earth 2 to be the new Harrison Wells for this Earth to help the team. Eventually, Harrison Wells for Earth 2 has to go back, and they bring in a different Harrison Wells from another Earth to come also join the team and help them out, and then so on and so on. So every season has been a different Wells, and there's been other Welleses who have sometimes collaborated with him across the multiverse on cases.
Right. The
but
Council
now,
Wells, yeah.
with the crisis happening, there's only one Wells on this Earth. He's not the best Wells out of all the Wells we've had, but he's the only Wells that can be there. So if he dies,
that's it.
He's done.
That's it.
So that's interesting because Tom Cavanagh has done something that I would have not thought possible at the start of the show, which is basically play the same character different ways for 6 years and keep it fresh and entertaining.
He deserves an Emmy for that, by the way. It's really incredible what he's done.
Yeah.
But yeah, this whole crisis thing was a trip, man. And like, even at the very end of it, they tied up a couple loose ends and answered a couple questions. And I know we're off topic here, but I have to mention this. Even with John Diggle, about to drive off with his family, and all of a sudden something comes out of the sky. It's a freaking meteor, and he goes to it, and it's a freaking box, and he opens the box, and it's a green ring.
Well, they didn't show the ring.
They didn't show the ring, but it was glowing green.
It's just so glowing green, so it looks like Diggle might be stored.
And then he shuts it, and then they don't talk about it anymore. And like they say that he's still with the CW shows, but he's no longer on Arrow, obviously. So
he's going to have a new episode of Flash actually really soon. But
correct.
They're not going to reference this, they said.
Exactly. And then before he got that box, he was packing up his car and taking his family to Metropolis. They were going to move to Metropolis. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes about. I know DC's a little weird about their properties.
Well, no, they're not that weird, though, still. So what's probably going to happen is, with the hint that big, is more than likely when the new Superman and Lois show starts, you're probably going to see Diggle pop back up again.
Yeah.
Potentially with this new ability and power.
Right. It paid off. After all these questions, like him hinting at it and his stepfather being General Stewart and like all that stuff, it finally all paid off. So we might actually get to see him don the ring.
Pretty cool.
Off topic.
Sorry, but it was DC related.
Yep.
It's DC related, and we all said it. Birds of Prey looks fucking good, and it's probably going to be a banging movie. Expect a review for that later.
Yay.
February 7th.
Yeah. All right. Real quick on this next trailer, Guns Akimbo. I just added it because it just looks so fucking wild.
Yeah, how come Daniel Radcliffe comes out every blue moon with these random crazy ass movies? Like, what the fuck?
Because he's meant to be Wolverine one day. That's
why. They're mental. They're so mental. Remember the Swiss Army Man?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Did you see Horns?
Yes.
He's so weird. So weird. The Woman in Black was actually legit scary. And like now we've got Guns Akimbo. For people who don't know, the trailer starts where Daniel Radcliffe, the first 15 minutes of the movie, Daniel Radcliffe wakes up with guns nailed to his hands that have a little counter on it to show you how many bullets is in there. And he's just like, you're in a game now. So there's going to be someone coming to assassinate you. Live. All right, go. And then that's just how zany it starts off. He's being chased by a person who has to kill him, so they can get their slate wiped.
Oh, did you mention they freaking nailed guns to his hands? Did you just mention that?
He did.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Sorry.
But let me just bring that up again. They nailed gun to his hands. Some people just broke into his apartment, tranquilized him. He woke up in the same apartment with guns nailed to his hands. And he has to go through the movie, I'm assuming probably the first half of the movie, with guns nailed to his hands. I'm going to say it again. Guns nailed to his hands. That's just so wild of a concept. You're just like, no, you're going to use these guns. And so he's running around. He's trying to flag down cops with guns nailed to his hand. And obviously you can guess what happened there.
What about the potential of him having to use the bathroom or eat food?
I already figured that out.
Normal shit like that.
he's still got his pointer fingers, so he can probably with enough emphasis like figure out his fly, and then
I
after
think
that,
he
like,
had a time limit, like 24 hours or something like that. So
he just had to stay alive.
I think for that day, you're gonna pee on yourself and not eat. That's about it.
At that point, I just pee on my. Look, if I have guns nailed to my hands, I'm like, what does it matter that I smell like piss?
I mean, everyone's gonna run the other way.
Regardless of, so whatever. It's whatever.
True.
I have gun hands now. I accidentally peed on myself recently. It's fine.
What?
All right.
What?
In more news.
Okay.
Bloodshot.
Bloodshot trailer.
Bloodshot trailer.
Fucking segue. Okay, cool. Bloodshot.
So this is looking better and better every time they release a new trailer. So he's looking blue now, guys. Bluish. Blue hue.
Bluish. Blue hue. Little blue hue.
But man,
Soldier.
Vin Diesel is making this look really cool.
Still not excited.
You're still not excited?
No,
but
and I love the Bloodshot comic, and I love the Bloodshot, I love the Valiant universe.
Yes.
But I'm not excited for this because...
You don't have Harbingers?
You know, I wouldn't even trust them with that because it's not like... It would just be some weird X-Men like ripoff. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It's coming out March 13th.
It looks visually stunning.
It feels like it should be an easy movie to make. But part of me feels like it looks like an updated Universal Soldier.
Ooh. Ouch. That actually...
That stung a little bit, Andrew.
It did, and it also rang a little true, so I'm going to shut up and just hum.
There's a little bit of angry juice behind that one.
No, it's just that... I don't know. Look, I like Vin Diesel in the Fast and the Furious movies. But I don't know...
Family.
I don't know if he's got anything else after that sometimes.
Apparently, he's got more family.
Yes.
Okay, you know what? It didn't come out in 2000. It didn't come out in January. Oh, by the way, anyone who's listening to this, most of our news segments are involving stuff in January. That's going to be the running thing going forward. Anytime we drop an episode, it's going to be reviewing the month before because it's going to be once a month. Sorry for the delay. Peek behind the curtain. Moving forward. Yeah, we should also bring up the Fast and the Furious 9 trailer because that dropped the 31st. So it counts.
Yes. And
it does count.
That has me excited.
Why? Okay, wait a minute. Back.
Yes.
Okay,
this is how I feel about Bloodshot.
Wait a minute. Bloodshot doesn't get you excited, but Fast and Furious 9.
Yes!
That's many movies that says Harry Potter's.
Okay. They just keep upping the ante.
Yes!
And just making it crazier and crazier.
It does look absurd.
Two, I feel like this is John Cena's breakout role, where this is going to actually turn him into The Rock in the movies. Because at this point, he's been doing the Rock thing, where he's done crappy little movie, kid-friendly family movie, crappy little movie, and then this is his now, Scorpion King or something that's going to send us to the next level.
You know what's funny?
Playing Dom's brother.
We all watched it, right? And then at the very same moment that Ludacris Bridges says, wait, Dom has a brother? We all said the same exact thing at that moment. We're just like, well, hold up. Dom has a brother?
The best tweet is I read two tweets that I was like, this rang true for me. One was, you're in safe hands when they introduce a long lost brother in a ninth movie in the franchise. I was just like, facts. And two, they're just like, somebody wrote in all caps, this movie is bullshit. Can you believe that there's no concept of physics? See you open at night though. And I was like, well, god damn it. Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna go see it.
Because at the end of this trailer, I was like, God damn it, Fast and the Furious, you did it again.
You got me.
You did it again. You got me.
So,
to be fair,
cars
the best
on
tweet
ropes since 19.
Exactly. Yeah, the best tweet I saw was a tweet of John Cena's character standing in front of a car, and people said, I don't understand this advertisement for this Fast and Furious. It's just a picture of a car there. Because it was a reference back to John Cena being a guy that you can't see.
You can't see. You can't see him. He was like, they're Dom's brothers in this movie. I don't see him anywhere. That was in the comment.
Don't see him anywhere. Who is he fighting in these scenes?
They just introduced
we couldn't
John
see him
Cena.
for 9 movies.
So for those who haven't got it, John Cena, in the movie Fast and Furious, they introduced Dom's brother, Jacob, who's played by John Cena, because apparently he had a long-lost younger brother that he's never referenced in a movie franchise where the main theme is... What is it?
family.
He's not very close. He broke the trust.
I only like the family that's close.
He's like a stepbrother. He's adopted.
You're not invited to dinner.
He might be fucking adopted. He might be fucking adopted. But they're trying. Cena is trying really hard to do Dom's frowny face. And I found it, one, adorable, and two, kinda on there. So, like, he's probably blood related.
Okay, so are we going to do the Vegas betting odds right now? So who gets to say grace at this next dinner?
He does. Jacob is totally
Jason
not going to
Statham
die.
gets to say grace.
Oh, Jason this time? Okay.
Since Han is not dead anymore.
Yeah, that's the final reveal. They revealed that Han's not dead. So, okay, one, he died in the third one. We saw him fucking die. He was in a car that flipped over and then exploded. We saw the man in the car. He was concussed. And then in 6, we found out that
we
Jason
never
Statham,
saw a body.
because it exploded!
Letty was shot.
No, yes, but if you don't see a body and you don't have one to bury, you can't confirm a death.
True.
Here's the thing. First off, if you think back to Fast and Furious 4, and I've watched these franchises, you see Dom looking at the road, and he's kind of like doing some type of weird psychometry shit where he's so in tune with cars, he could see from the track marks what actually was transpired, and he just assumed Letty got shot. And then he told the guy, like, you shot Letty, and he never confirmed that he shot Letty. And then they showed that he never actually fucking shot Letty. So, like, okay, that's believable. Han was in another motherfucking car, and we saw from 2 different fucking angles him in that motherfucking car explode. So, how did he survive?
But we didn't see what happened after.
If you're in a car, and you
maybe
just
the
got
explosion
your car
threw him free.
He was seatbelt and bent into a car, and he was concussed.
So he ragdolled and flew out of the car because the seatbelts burnt from the explosion.
They're going to say Ian Shaw pulled him out before it exploded. That's what they're going to say. And we didn't see it. That's all.
Ian Shaw.
Yes. That's what they're going to say.
So
he had amnesia and didn't know who he was all this time.
So no. Because one, we're seeing other cast members from Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. You saw the guy who does the tech in there, and we also see Brian. Was that his name?
No, not Brian. But
a lone Japanese woman saved his life and nursed him back to health in a small village that she was returning home to in the countryside of Japan.
Okay. No.
And then they have to.
He slowly regained his memory.
All the other samurai in the village to fight off.
And also his ability to drift?
To fight off the guns.
Yes.
Okay, alright.
Someone threatened her shop, and he relearned his ability to drift to chase them down and save her life, and then realized he had to return to his family.
Okay, this is such shit. They better come up with a good reason why he survived. Don't.
Here's the last thing I've heard, though. I think most of the cast is going to be leaving in Fast and the Furious 10, because they've pretty much said, I think, what's his face? Vin Diesel has said there's going to be Fast and Furious 10, and it might be split into 2 parts, into 2 movies.
Oh a decade of Fast.
So I'm going to call this right now. Fast and the Furious 10 will have them go to space.
Yeah, you know what's happening.
They're going to drift in space.
You think they're going to join the Space Force?
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Is this going to merge with Independence Day? Fast and Furious X Independence Day.
There's a giant rock coming towards the Earth, and we got to steal it before it hits.
Got to get the family together to fight off the alien threat.
One more time.
Okay.
Welcome to Earth.
Here's my 2 predictions. Shut the fuck up. I hate you. Oh, my God. Okay. I have 2 predictions. Both ridiculous. One, they kill off most of the cast in 10 because they force all of them to join Death Race. So they're in Death Race. Jason Statham plays both characters. He plays both. And 2, they die. A lot of them die because somehow they end up in the Transformers universe.
No, you know what I think's going to happen? That's close. That's close. It's going to be something similar, right? But it turns out that this was one giant playset, and they're micro machines. I think that's perfect. And then Hasbro just put the stamp right on there, or Mattel, whatever it is.
Fast and Furious. In stores now.
Hot Wheels leading the way!
Off tangent.
No, I've actually heard that they're going to just have kind of probably like a jump ahead, and they'll introduce some new, younger family characters so they can shift to them for the future.
I don't want a new family. I want my old family.
Young Toretto. Well, that's what they're doing with the game. They're making a Fast and Furious game, and that's basically who you play. You play the Dominic Toretto's kid.
So wait a minute. So is Brian Toretto? Are they going to have hover cars?
Stupid.
No, I think not. Trying to remember what they said about the game, but yeah, you play like his kid. Crossroads official reveal. It's coming out 2020. Coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Starring Vin, Michelle, and Tyrese. Yeah.
If he doesn't live his life a quarter mile at a time, I don't want any part of it. So
he can't. He has a family now. He has a child. He can't do that. He has to like fix tractors and shit.
He's in there catching trucks in the trailer. He's not.
Yeah, that's
fixing
scene. Okay.
He caught a goddamn truck.
Again, the physics in this movie, they're just literally just like, I don't care anymore.
I mean, they could have used Hobbs though.
I mean, if it's The Rock catching a truck, I can actually
holding
believe
helicopters with his muscles.
But Vin knows physics so well that he can hit the tire corner of a. He can use the corner of his car to catch a rope and use it to swing. And seeing as how that's an old ass bridge, reinforce it with I guess his iron stair and swing across the mountain.
I didn't see anywhere they can land, first of all.
Yeah, Dominic Toretto, while a car thief, has a masterful brain for physics all this time. He's like Captain America with a shield. If there's a car, he can make it do whatever he wants to. You just have to let him drive. I
want them to just... I want the 10th movie to find out everyone's just magic. That we just like... The car thing is just like your magic involves vehicles. So you're
a wizard, Dom.
You're a wizard, Dom. Yes.
Your letter to Hogwarts got stolen as a child, but you should have been here all along.
Make that the title of the episode. You're a wizard, Dom.
We could do a short film like that, right? We could find somebody bald who looks like Dom. Just, dress somebody up like Hagrid.
I call it.
There's got to be a better explanation for all this.
It's just
magic.
You were supposed to have gone to Hogwarts years ago, like your great grandfather. My family went to Hogwarts. Yes. All this time, all your stunts with cars were due to your magic.
Please tell me we're a Gryffindor.
No, you're a Honda.
You're the greatest Hufflepuff who's ever lived. All right, we should
totes move on, but also put a pin in that. We might want to film that.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Patent pending.
Pending.
So that was Bloodshot.
Yeah. That was Bloodshot. Bloodshot is just...
Bloodshot.
That was Bloodshot movie. Mystic Quest. Anybody? Mystic Quest?
It's coming out, I think, tomorrow, too, actually.
Oh, yeah, actually it was. Mystic
February
Quest.
7th.
As someone who just finished watching Silicon Valley, I'm kind of excited about this. This is being hailed as the Silicon Valley for video games. And it was made by the same person who produced by the same person, and starring the same person who's from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Mac? Right? Am I doing that right?
Yep, correct.
Return of the Mac.
Yes. So, thoughts on that?
Should be fun.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. Yeah. I mean, Ashley Birch. I mean, I would watch anything that she does. Like, she's very talented. They're all really talented. Charlie Day. I mean,
David. I'm pronouncing his last name wrong too. Abed's in this movie too.
Yes. The only thing I don't like is I won't be able to watch it unless I pirate it, because I'm not going to purchase an Apple TV.
Okay,
you could purchase an iPad
or that.
Do you know someone who's purchased an iPad or an iPhone recently?
You.
What about someone else in your family, perhaps?
Nobody in my family.
A sister, a cousin, a brother, a mother.
Nope.
It's just sad.
All Android.
Okay.
It's just sad.
Listen. One, I just want to put it out as the official message of the show that we do not condone pirating. It is bad. It is bad and wrong. We don't do that.
This is America. I do what I want.
2, see me after the show.
All right.
Anyway, moving on. Next segment. What's up? What do we got?
So next we have, so there's a debate here on what's going to happen with this particular actor who is joining this particular franchise in a completely different universe. So Christian Bale is going to play someone in Thor: Love and Thunder. We all know Christian Bale was Batman in the Dark Knight trilogy.
Now he wants money.
Now he wants money.
Oh, man.
We last saw him in Ferrari versus Ford, correct?
Yes.
Which was a great movie.
Yes.
So, what do you guys think is going to be the character that Christian Bale plays?
So
Dario Auger. He's going to be the Minotaur.
For those who don't know, explain this character.
Dario
Andy,
Auger
please.
is a Minotaur who is currently the CEO of Roxxon, a major corporation in the Marvel Universe, which is typically up to evil and no good. And he was a major part of the Thor storyline with Jane Foster when she first pops up.
also, he got his powers by making a deal with like a devil or some type of dark god, and he is also.
Did
Yeah, he did. That's how he got
I
his
thought
powers.
he was legitimately a Minotaur.
No, he was a human who got his powers from a dark god.
Okay,
And
you're right.
and I
He
think
is.
I think it made him live longer. So I think he might be old as fuck. But he's also really vain. Like he wear nice expensive suits, and he's kind of like a dick. People have actually described him as his personality being similar to another character Christian Bale played, which was American Psycho. What was the guy's name from American Psycho? I forget.
Oh, I can't remember his name, but yes. Oh shoot, Google.
Uh,
Oh man.
if you're listening, you hear us typing into Google. Woohoo.
Tap toppity tap tap tap.
Patrick Bateman.
Yeah,
Patrick Bateman.
yeah.
How did I forget that? But the fans' consensus was that it's either going to be that Beta Ray Bill or Gore the God Butcher. Now, I would love for him to play Gore the God Butcher because I think he would be creepy enough for it to work. But I think it's probably going to be Dario because it fits so much with his American Psycho Bruce Wayne. There's just another CEO rich boy that he can play. So it's probably going to be it. Nobody actually thinks he's going to play Beta Ray Bill, right? Nobody actually thinks he's going to play Beta Ray Bill? You think he's going to play Beta Ray Bill?
Hey,
explain
look,
yourself.
you guys are probably right. Okay,
Right.
he's probably going to play one of those characters, Gore or the Roxxon guy. But I actually think he's going to play a good guy. I think he's going to play Beta Ray Bill, or he's going to play Boulder, and there's going to be a different villain that they're going to have to go up against. I'm not sure yet, but I'm probably wrong. But that's what I'm hoping. I'm actually hoping, because I kind of want to see Beta Ray Bill. I do. He's been teased a little bit in the past movies, so why not?
Might as well call this fourth Thor 4. Too many Thors.
Yes, get the Thor team together and the Ravens.
I see where you're going with that. Okay, here's the thing. The only reason why I don't think because he wouldn't be bad as Beta Ray Bill. The only reason I don't see that is that one, if they introduce Beta Ray Bill, I think they would make him a recurring character.
Right.
I don't think Christian Bale's got it in him.
You think it's a one-shot deal?
Yeah, because a lot of actors like him like to go in, do a villain role or a character that'll die, and then just scoot out like Jeff Bridges. Who played Obadiah Stane? That was Jeff Bridges.
Bridges?
No, that was Jeff Bridges. I'm sorry. Kurt Russell played Star-Lord's dad.
Oh, yeah.
Ego.
You got Mickey Rourke did One and Done. Like a lot of Sam Rockwell One and Done. A lot of them do like One and Dones.
Although
So
Sam Rockwell's popped up more than once.
Yeah,
still.
he has. Yeah.
So he'd
And
probably
what?
pop up again.
What did he pop up?
He did a short as
We're probably
well.
going to see him a lot more now.
The show doesn't
actually.
count. But what else?
I could see him popping up again. I don't think he's... he feels a little more active.
Okay, well, ignoring that one. But you see let me see where I'm going with this. There's a lot of one and done characters, so I kind of feel like that Christian Bale, like that. The thing is, if you lock into a Marvel movie, you're locked into a Marvel movie. They have you. So like if you're gonna do another one.
You're right. I think half the time some of the villains are one and done, but like half of the villains in the Marvel movies play like a cornerstone, like a key portion of how the phase progresses. Like for instance, we're probably going to see more of Hela. I'm trying to think who else in terms of villain. Red Skull is one. Like,
Although they've already replaced him, so...
I'm talking about in terms of the actual villain appearing.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that depending on which villain it is, especially with Gore, if it is Gore, I think it's possible we may see Gore multiple times.
If it's Gore, then they're not gonna like blow their load and just keep him for
Yeah.
one. They're gonna make him come back, but like,
Especially with Eternals, like all this stuff happening, like I really do think it really depends on who he's playing.
I don't think. You know what? Christian Bale has surprised me before, but I don't think he would play a franchise, like do another franchise again. I think he's like old. He wants to be able to just
I think you're
slip
right.
in and slip out. So like, and they're like, "Oh, we have a movie for you. So here we go. So just do that." And he's like, "Okay, I'll just do that."
Although with a Dario Auger kind of character, you probably wouldn't see him pop up to be the main role of anything too often. So if he did pop up and was playing, he could be the main guy in the movie this time. And if he gets away and he's still CEO somewhere, they would just need him for a cameo.
Exactly.
Right.
That fits
It's
more.
possible.
If he doesn't die, he doesn't have to be in Minotaur form all the damn time. So he doesn't have to do all that makeup. He can literally just.
Or
like,
if he is in Minotaur form, he probably won't be in makeup anyways, and they could just get him for voiceover work.
Yes, or they can just say, "Hey, put on a suit real quick. We need to film you for like 2 hours, talking to people," and then he just pops up there, and then he gets to have his cake and eat it too. And they'll probably show up in their version of Avengers Endgame again, like Villains Unite or some dumb shit like that. Yeah, but Christian Bale's in the Marvel universe, so you're the clock's ticking, fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. Get your ass over here.
Yeah.
You're
Agreed.
next. That's literally you're like the only other holdout. You and what's his name, Brad Pitt.
Agreed.
You're like the only two I actually give a shit that should be playing by now. Is there any other big name actor that hasn't been in a Marvel movie yet that you think should be in a Marvel movie yet? I mean, should be in a Marvel movie by now?
In a Marvel movie.
Will Smith and Tom Cruise are holding out.
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt
is going to be soon. Is going to be Sue. I think she's going to be Sue Storm because there was actual news article that popped up recently that said that she wants to play Sue Storm and she is
her husband.
Well, her husband wants to play Mr. Fantastic, and God fucking damn it, they look perfect for the roles.
Again, they both auditioned for Captain America and Black Widow, and they both nearly got it.
So then they want to sip that Kool-Aid, and that is going to keep them.
Well, she did get it, but she said no.
Oh, well, there you go.
Was it because of filming or because her husband didn't get Cap?
I'm not sure, but she said this constantly that she's declined to play Black Widow multiple times.
May have been the commitment, maybe.
It might have been the commitment. But Sue Storm fits in her because they're both kind of like they can retire out in that movie in that role because that one they will definitely be the face of the Marvel universe if they become the Fantastic Four. That is without saying. It's like the Fantastic Four is quote unquote the first family of Marvel. So yeah, they're gonna do that stuff. I hope they do the they was always here but they got lost in space. They got lost in the game and they come back and it's kind of like the Brady Bunch, like the live action Brady Bunch movie.
That could work.
With like some kind of like their old school stuff and they're like, that's not what we do, old chap. And then he's smoking from his pipe and you're just like, dude, this is an iPhone.
We don't slap our wives when they're disrespectful, sir. We talk to them now. This is 2020. Can't pull that shit.
I hope they away the domestic abuse of older Reed, because God, he was
a wife's place is in the kitchen. You can't say that shit, sir. There are women out there that will shoot you now for that.
Yeah, they will. You shouldn't do that.
Good Lord.
Good Lord, indeed. All right.
Johnny, that's date rape now. You can't do that.
Okay, so we're definitely moving on. So, Christian Bale playing in a Thor character. We're excited. We have ideas. We have theories. We have people that we want to play for later. But that's for now. Love and Thor is coming out. Love and Thunder is coming out when? When is it coming out?
Next year.
Ah, cool.
Yes, next year.
Okay, so we got some time. Yeah. So let's move on to the next segment, which is game time.
It's game time.
Game time.
Game time.
Okay, here we talk about some high-profile games that could be on your radar, but have moved out of your radar because most of them have been delayed, which is unfortunate. But look, what do we always say? It's better to delay the game than to cancel it, right? It means they're polishing it up, they're working on it, and we should be happy about that.
A delayed game can be good, while
Yeah.
a bad game is bad forever.
Forever! Oh my god.
There
You should coin that.
I didn't say that first. Somebody else said that.
Okay.
I think Shigeru Miyamoto might have said that, actually.
Oh, well, it came from someone, very important in the industry.
He knows.
He does know.
So, first thing on the delay train is Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yes, as we probably all suspected, it was delayed.
This is shocking, because Square has never delayed a game.
Never.
Never, ever. Totally never.
Final Fantasy VII Remake has been delayed and will now release on April 10th, 2020. So, was it 2 months? 2 months?
No, about 1 month.
1 month. March was the original release date.
Yep. Not a big delay.
The official Twitter account for the remake posted the news with a message from Final Fantasy VII's producer Yoshinori Kitase. We are making this tough decision in order to give ourselves a few extra weeks to apply final polish to the game and to deliver you with the best possible experience. So this is what we want. This is great news. Bad news that it's delayed, but great news that they're making sure that it's the best possible product. So everyone should be happy about that. And it's only a month. And with that said, I also saw some side news here, which we didn't add. So this also means that the timed exclusivity is going to be delayed a month as well. Mm-hmm. So it'll probably release on all other systems and PC next year in April. Yeah, it's basically a year.
Whoa.
Boo, boo. Yeah, I know it's awful, but it's going to be a good thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. We might be able to buy the whole thing in one shot.
Yes.
Probably not. But.
They just released a new song trailer for Final Fantasy VII.
Right.
So just because it's delayed doesn't mean we're not going to get some, fresh new scenes from the upcoming game. So, it's a pretty interesting trailer. It has a lot of stuff that we expected because it's pretty much on par with what we had in the original game. They also showed Red 13. They showed scenes of the Genova boss fight, which looked absolutely incredible.
Actually, looks very different, too.
It looks a little different. And they also showed the cross-dressing mission where they take Cloud to the Honeybee Inn and they dress him like a girl.
They pimp him out.
And it looked really awesome, too. So, yeah, yep. I mean, there's a lot going on in the game, but it looks like they're staying true to what they originally had in the first. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. And I'm sure they're going to drop more stuff.
Well, they did. They showed that he has basically a new rival. He's got a soldier rival now.
Yeah, Some
new character shows up in the trailer who is not in the original game, and apparently looks to know Cloud and want to prove himself against them.
Now, Andrew, they did say this when they first announced that they were doing a remake. They said they were going to add content. So yeah, I mean, this looks like a brand new thing that we haven't played before, and that's going to be really cool. I guess this is going to help flesh out the whole story in between.
It.
I think so too.
You can't just play a game because it's pretty looking. You got to play a game because it's pretty looking, and they added in new content.
Oh yeah, right. But also for as much as people love Final Fantasy VII, looking back at it, there were problems with it back then. There were things that didn't make sense. So it's good to see they're actually fixing some of those things, and filling in some story beats where it's okay, cool, you were super vague here, but there's more you could do, and they're doing it, so that's good.
Yeah. Absolutely. I just hope we get a Greta Thunberg. What's the word I'm looking for? But
cameo?
Not a cameo per se, but this movie's all about gotta save the planet, gotta protect the environment and all that. So
she would probably be
get a shout out of some sort.
She'd probably be upset about that because you're just you're wasting all this energy to make the video game and killing the environment.
What's all this plastic?
What's all this plastic just so you could put me in a fucking game? Fuck you guys.
Although to be fair, I was going to say the Japanese don't care about Greta Thunberg, but I would also say now that the Japanese are ironic enough that they'd be like, hey, we'll have a character who complains about something being dirty, and we'll make her face look like Greta Thunberg's. Perfect.
You know,
that's the kind of thing they would do.
You know, Andrew, they should really care. I mean,
they won't get sued.
There was a whole area of Japan that was uninhabitable for like God knows how long.
There's a new area of Japan that's uninhabitable, pretty much. No, they won't get sued, dude. Haven't you looked at Tekken? Tekken is basically, hey, we should have a fighter who fights like Jackie Chan. Yeah, and he should have a passing resemblance to Jackie Chan too. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Let's do that. What about this guy? He should look like Bruce Lee, fight like Bruce Lee.
I'm in this game?
Yeah. And what about this guy? He's American. He should be like Chuck Norris. Yeah. This all makes sense. Do it. And that's basically what Tekken's entire lineup is when you look at them.
That's true.
And they've never been sued. 8 games later.
That valid point.
The Bruce Lee character had a son who was just like him.
Just like him. The strong genes. Dominant genes.
I know I've said it before, but the Japanese don't give a fuck.
They really don't. They really don't. They still don't. They're almost celibate. They don't give a fuck.
It's 1990 in Japan. Me Too is not going to get there anytime soon. Don't think they care.
Yeah, like Anyway.
Yes. So this puts this game alongside the release of Cyberpunk 2077.
Also delayed.
Which is also delayed to September. So that's 5 months later. That's actually a bigger delay. But I think we all have a lot of faith in CD Projekt Red. They know what they're doing almost all the time. And if they're postponing this, that means we're going to get an even better game when this drops. So
did you hear the rumors about why the game was delayed? The rumors coming from board. All right, you want to read it or should I?
No, go ahead. Speak. Go ahead.
These rumors come from. I'm not even gonna get close to pronouncing that name. It's Polish.
Boris Nicebilak. You're welcome.
Say it again for the people out back.
Boris Nicebilak.
Fine. Who recently spoke on a Polish podcast and mentioned the delay. Specifically, that guy claimed that CDPR was running into technical difficulties when it came to Cyberpunk 2077's performance on the PC, PS4, and the Xbox One, especially on the latter console. However, it's not clear if he was referring to the PS4 or PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X consoles. So, the rumor that's been going around the internet based off of this is that literally the game is so damn awesome it can't be played on current consoles. It should be played on like a PS5 or an Xbox, whatever the fuck is coming out.
Or a PC.
Thoughts?
Or a $50,000 Mac.
Seeing as how you guys are more technologically inclined than I am, your thoughts on this?
Okay. I mean, no, like, honestly, this happens all the time, though. They always are ambitious enough to put a game together. I'm talking about most AAA developers that certain consoles can't handle, and they have to be dumbed down in some form or fashion. And then you end up getting the full experience on a PC months later or a year later. That's exactly what's going to happen here.
Yeah. Can't complain. It's a game. And it's from CD Projekt Red. They haven't really put out anything bad yet. So, yeah, if they think they need to delay to make it good, they got to delay to make it good.
I don't think they're delaying it to make it good. I think they're delaying it so they can water it down enough so that they can run on a console.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes and no. I don't buy that just because they knew they were going to be on a console. I mean, they debuted it on a console stage, like when they first showed it off. Like, they could have just debuted it on the internet and said, it's PC first. And done that, and no one would have complained. And they instead did all their big reveals on like Microsoft stage for the Xbox for like Keanu and the game itself. Like this was definitely planned to be on a console from get-go.
Yeah, I think this might be also setting themselves up, like they're putting this excuse out so that say, hey, Microsoft and Sony, so yeah, we're gonna delay this to hell because we will actually want to put this on the new consoles, and that's where it's going to be playing a lot better, anyways.
Well, they've already said
So
that though too. Where like it's not like they're making it for the current gen ones, and like while it's going to end up on the new ones because of backwards compatibility and all that stuff. Like they're
right,
not planning to up-res it probably within the first year, like because they're going to have to take time to like
I
tweak
mean,
it, make sure it's fine.
they don't upres stuff anyways. I mean, how many people have been clamoring for a higher end Witcher 3, and they straight up said
Mm,
like we're not gonna do
you
that. We're
certain?
not
Because
gonna.
I feel like there's a lot of games on Xbox that have been up-res, and I think The Witcher 3 was one of them.
Well, at least for the PC, like they haven't added any of this like ray tracing stuff or any of that stuff like people have been asking for.
Yeah, I mean
So,
that's
and they said that,
possible.
and they straight up said that they weren't going to. We're not going to do any more with this game.
Yeah,
Small aside, for the fans at home, can y'all explain upresing?
it's basically taking something that wasn't made for 4K resolution and 60 frame per second speed and kind of basically dropping an update so it can play better, look sharper, etc. Which is actually, yeah, they did do that for Xbox One. They had an enhancement which allowed people to play at 60 frames per second or at 4K resolution. They added that after the game came out in 2017, December. So, I mean, it was definitely, they did enhance it after it came out.
Hmm.
Mm.
And that's definitely been a new thing. A lot of people have been doing it. Higher resolution textures, better texture filtering, ambient occlusion, and shadows. Those are some of the improvements they made for Xbox One X users. And The
Right.
Witcher 3's new HDR functionality also works on that
That's what it
console.
was. HDR. Yeah, that was the big thing. I think it was
Yeah.
HDR was like they were hesitant on even including something like that, but I guess they did.
Yep.
Mm.
It happens a lot nowadays. So I think if they're going to do it, they'll do it after the fact. If they don't think they can do it in time for launch of those systems, they'll still do it because they want that game to sell for a couple of years. And apparently, there's a multiplayer element they're planning to add to that game within the first year or a year after. So they're going to enhance that game if they want more people to play it.
Hmm. All right. Um, another game that's delayed. Ed.
Oh yeah. Well, I think I'm happy about this delay. Only because I really don't want to play it. The new Avengers game has been delayed also until September. Crystal Dynamics announced on Tuesday morning that it is delaying Marvel's Avengers. The game was originally set to come out on May 15th, but will now not be released until September 4th. In the studio statement on the delay, it explains that the new release date will give the development team more time to bring together its vision. So it's the same excuse, I guess. We're committed to delivering an original story-driven campaign, engaging co-op, and compelling content for years to come. To that end, we will spend this additional development time focusing on fine-tuning and polishing the game to the high standards our fans expect and deserve. So here's the thing, guys. I still don't know what the hell this game is. They haven't, since announcing it and trying to show it off, they haven't given me an explanation on how the game really plays, what the hell it is. I see some pretty stuff on the screen, but it just looks like an over-the-shoulder
Beat 'em up.
cinematic, like beat 'em up or something like that. It does not look fun at all. That's just me. And I just don't care much for it.
I cautiously want to play it, but not bothered by the delay, so we'll see.
I kind of agree with that. It doesn't look like it's fun to me. I think you're gonna be able to like play as all of them, but it kind of makes me wonder why you would want to. I think this is more
Right.
for like people who really, 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 really like Marvel movies, and they're just like, I want to play as the Hulk, and then they just end up doing it. Yeah, I don't care.
Okay, just boot up Ultimate Alliance and you're good. Like, grab 3 other friends, pick a
Oh,
character,
Did you hear that they're bringing back Marvel? They're bringing back fucking Marvel. What was it? Marvel 2, the fucking fighting game.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for the tournament. Yep.
Yeah, they're
Marvel
bringing
vs. Capcom 2.
No, well, yes, but also the what was the only? It was like Marvel characters only fighting game. Oh my god, what was it? Jesus.
It was, Marvel 2. I think you're right. Marvel 2 is. They literally just announced this like
Yes.
a couple days ago. Marvel 2. There we go.
It's because I remember playing this in like when I was like 6 or 7. This game and my in the pizza parlor. They had the fucking X-Men game.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
I know about that game, and I've played that.
But that's what
Far
they're
too
talking
much.
about. Like one day ago, they taught Evo game lineup, Smash Bros. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 2 return.
Yes, that's what's happening.
There is no other
Capcom
Marvel
2.
fighting game.
There was a Marvel fighting. Oh, okay. So
There's like a Marvel superheroes fighting game, but nobody gives a shit about that one.
Okay, so one.
No, they're bringing back versus Capcom 2 to the FGC community, and they're going to be doing some new tournaments. The next Evo 2020, is going to take place at Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas from July 31 to August 2nd. Registrations are now open. If anybody wants to take part out there, you think you're good enough, go for it.
That's a little,
but
12 years too late, but okay.
Right, so here's a full list of tournament games appearing at Evo 2020. Dragon Ball FighterZ, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, Samurai Showdown, Soul Calibur 6, The Stage of History, I love Soul Calibur, Street Fighter 5, Champion Edition, Super Smash Brothers as usual, Tekken 7 as usual, and I have no idea what this is, Under Night in Birth, EXE, late. I have no idea what that is, but
Sounds very Japanese.
it is very Japanese. And then we can expect Marvel vs. Capcom 2. They're gonna hold a special.
Take you for a little ride.
Yeah.
Oh, listen.
Uh-huh.
You guys never played the X-Men game before that came out before Marvel vs. Capcom 2? Am I the only one?
Yes,
that played
X-Men
Yes,
Children of the
no.
Atom.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
Sam, we're very old compared to you. We've played the ball.
Okay.
That hurts a little bit, yes.
But it's true.
Okay, one, you guys...
I was emulating that game while you were still in diapers.
Samuel?
One...
Don't
No,
you
you
give
weren't.
me lip.
Two, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't hallucinate that fucking game. And 3, I'm super excited for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 coming back. Because again, many of my high school pizza experiences were in that arcade. Had an arcade that had Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And I remember many a time my friend James beating the shit out of me in that game. But I loved it anyway.
I'm really not, but I can understand your excitement.
You didn't like Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
Here's the deal. I did like Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I had Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on Dreamcast. I'm pretty sure Edlund and I probably played it at each other's house a few times forever and ever and ever. And that's why I'm not excited about it, because it's fucking been 20 years.
Yeah.
I can't get excited over that game anymore. We should be at Marvel vs. Capcom 12 by now, and we're not there.
We
barely got to 3.
Played it to the dirt. Like we
That
just
goddamn
played the hell out
song
of it.
haunts my dreams. It's like the No Mercy song, where you're sitting there waiting to pick your character No Mercy, and the whole time it's just going, dick, dickity, dick, dickity dog.
Dickity dog. Yeah. I remember
Socko! Dick, dickity,
that. Oh my god.
dick, dickity dog. Exactly. We played that so much. Those songs haunt my fucking dreams.
That's actually low-key terrifying.
Listen,
You just watch. You
don't
just start
lie-
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
don't lie,
Take you for a
Andrew.
little ride.
Don't lie, Andrew. If they announced No
Take you for a
Mercy
little ride.
or WrestleMania 2000 at one of these events,
Look,
you'd
I'm
be
gonna
like,
play it.
all right, I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
sign
be
up.
fucking excited.
Let me sign up. Let me swivel that goddamn stick. Don't
Exactly.
take that shit back up, okay? Get in there with your
Let me
controller.
get my glove,
Yeah.
because my palms are weak now, so I can swivel.
He kicked out.
No shit. Literally, last week I started playing No Mercy and Def Jam Vendetta on emulator on my computer
Oh
just last week.
God.
I ordered a GameCube controller adapter for the PC, and I started playing that game. Def Jam Vendetta is literally one of the best games ever that people never played.
Joe Budden is still my favorite character.
It is seriously like one of the finest games Aki made, and I actually watched something about it this week too. They made that game in 8 months. Def Jam Vendetta.
That's impressive, by the way.
Because they got picked up and they were like, we want a game and we want it to come out now. And we're not doing a wrestling game, but we have the people who made the wrestling game make this game using Def Jam characters.
Well, they threw money at it, definitely.
I don't even know if they threw money at it, but I think it's just testament to Aki and how good they freaking were. That they were like, okay, we can do this.
They're not around anymore.
They might be around. They're still the company's still around. The company's still around. They're under the name Sin Sophia now in Japan, and they might be coming back because AEW, the new wrestling promotion, is full of guys who like video games. One being Kenny Omega, who's huge in Japan, and he's said it personally a few times that if they're going to get a wrestling game, they're going to be approaching Aki to make that game for them. So it's pretty much confirmed that they definitely approached them. It's just whether or not they got them to do it.
What do they do now? Pinball games? Pachinko?
They do lots of weird stuff. I don't know.
Machines?
But they still have all the rights that to their, whatchamacallit, their whole thing. Their whole engine. They have the rights to that still. So they could technically turn around and make
that engine
No Mercy again.
Dust on a shelf someplace. Like, they're going to have to go to
it's
the fucking
a goddamn crime. But, yeah, if you look them up, like, if you type in Sin Sophia, the name of this company, the second thing that pops up is Sin Sophia AEW. And that's the rumor, that AEW, this wrestling promotion, wants them to make the wrestling game. And if they do... fucking insane.
Formerly Aki Corporation and the Man Breeze is an independent video game development studio. It's independent?
Yeah, it's an independent studio. It's just ridiculous.
Damn, WCW versus NWO World Tour. Fuck, that's when it all started.
I know, we're getting off topic, I'm sorry. But yes.
This is actually hella fascinating. You have a wealth of knowledge for this topic.
Oh my god.
You don't understand how much we played these damn games through high school.
Yeah, it's kind of
sad,
actually.
We spent way too many... No, it's not fucking sad. It was amazing.
It was amazing, but you don't want to play them anymore.
I would love to play these games again. I would... No Mercy is one of the fact that we're still talking about No Mercy, and it was something that happened in high school 20-some-odd years ago, and I can talk about it like this, outside of the goddamn theme music that haunts me, it's an amazing-ass game. And nothing has come close, literally, in 20 years, to being as good a game as that.
Do you remember they made the Kinnikuman muscle...
Yes, that was one of the games they made after. They made an Ultimate Muscle game.
Yeah, it had the Aki engine too. I remember that.
Yes.
They made an Ultimate Muscle game?
They made one, I think, at least. But they made one.
It was really good.
Shortly after No Mercy. After they lost the wrestling engine.
So the last game was style savvy.
Apparently even the first couple games WCW had on the PlayStation were made by them too, which I didn't know. And then they got the new people who made them, and those games were garbage from then on. Because it was like, just... I'm going to send you a trailer to like a whole thing. This guy did a retrospective on WWE and WCW, or WCW wrestling games. And like, I always knew I hated PlayStation wrestling games for a reason, and I didn't know why. And it's because I played the ones that came out after Aki went to the N64. And they're trash. They're just trash. Like, they had like the developers in the games. They were such trash. It's like, hey, we got 64 wrestlers. 20 of them are developers. Or this Pineapple Man. Or this Ghost. It was just trash. We're on N64. It was just fucking legendary. All right. Sorry. We have to go back. Let's move on.
No, that was a passionate tangent. I love
it. If keep going, I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to keep going.
It was THQ Ukes, by the way. Anyways. Okay. God
damn it.
Yeah, they were crap. Okay, so back to our regularly scheduled program. So yeah. So
you know what, Andrew? You should take the next segment because you never get to take this segment.
Sure. Well, then the next segment I think is No Shit Sherlock. And these are the topics that just plain damn obvious. 1. Godzilla vs. King Kong toys have revealed that a classic villain is coming to the Monsterverse. And the classic villain basically is Mechagodzilla. They're going to make a Mechagodzilla toy that will come out probably along the same time as the Godzilla vs. Kong movie comes out, because you got to sell toys to kids, and you got to have plenty of them. I'm not sure what that meant. I don't know what you did with your fingers there.
I was telling you how much time we've been recording.
Oh,
sorry. Little view behind the scenes here.
Look behind the curtain.
You should just send a text message next time.
Yeah, because
I couldn't reach my phone. Damn it. Okay.
Well, no, you could
I
do
looked
it
right
through
at him. I
Skype.
was just like, "What the
You could
fuck?"
do this. I was like, Ed is telling me something, but I don't know what. But no, I have it on my calendar too, so I do see we've been recording for a while. Next, Joaquin Phoenix brings the chaos after Joker Golden Globe win. Apparently, if you have been keeping up, Joaquin Phoenix won the Golden Globes for playing the Joker because that is the only superhero you can play in film that will win you a major award like the Golden Globes or an Oscar or something like that. So that happens. And sorry. Yes.
You know what? I would like also to put a small asterisk and say this topic should also be under the segment I was fucking right because I called it when I saw this movie. I was like, if this movie wins anything, it's Best Actor for Joaquin Phoenix because his acting was amazing. The movie was bad, the acting was amazing.
Oh, I agree with you 1,000%. This movie was not good. Okay,
it was not a good movie. They really.
I'm yet to see it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I keep thinking about sitting down to watching it, and I'm just like, get around to it later.
It's kind of.
I know the story. He's a guy. Like, he gets crazy.
You watch it, and you're kind of just like, I see this. Okay, all right. Oh, so okay, we're doing that. Okay, all right. Okay. Yeah. Well, fuck it.
But yeah, apparently he's bothered when people ask him about his performance now. He's just like, I'm over that. I've talked about it. I don't really care to talk about it anymore, even though...
Does he really have to stay in character for all this shit?
I don't know.
It's staying in character. He is staying in character. He's literally saying...
He's just being a cranky bitch.
Yeah, he doesn't want to talk about the movie anymore because there's a lot of negative press that goes with the movie. And
the problem is you're still getting awards for it, so you probably are going to have to talk about it a little bit longer until at least after the Oscars. Then when the Oscars are done, you can stop and move on.
No,
he actually wanted to do the movie.
He also got another award for it, and then he used that time to talk about how that racial equality in Hollywood and the fact that there's not a lot of representation of black people, and that white actors need to step up and do their part because they're the ones they're part of the whole problem in the first place. So that was kind of interesting.
And that's good.
But Joaquin Phoenix, let's just go off and say that he's a weird motherfucker, and that if he plays a role. The next role he should play is something a little more chill, so that way he has less fanfare coming with it.
He needs to do a comedy or something.
Yeah, he needs to do a comedy or something.
I don't know if that guy actually laughs. I feel like he's got a weird laugh, like Brendan Fraser clapping at a crowd, like kind of. I don't know.
Every single laugh that he did in the Joker movie was forced, purposefully by that character Arthur Fleck. Every single laugh was forced. Yeah, and they make it a point to show that in pretty much any scene that he's in.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair, but I feel like he has a creepy laugh. That's just me in real life saying.
He probably laughs like Kawhi Leonard and is like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, that works. That's pretty creepy. And that's about it. I think that was your no shit Sherlock.
Yeah, that was my no shit Sherlock. No shit. Let's hit those reviews, no?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, it's not going to be a super review, but I guess we'll do it real fast. So, Picard. Star Trek Picard came out, and it's only had 3 episodes, and I find it fucking phenomenal. I know there's a lot of people out there who will tell you that Star Trek Picard is not Star Trek enough. It doesn't feel like your dad's Star Trek. And I say to those people, F you. F you. F you. Star Trek Picard is phenomenal. It shows what happens when you go from being the paragon of the universe to being forgotten by the universe because suddenly the universe doesn't want a man to stand on the hill and tell them this is the right thing to do, this is what we should do because it's right and we're better than this, and suddenly wants to go, you know what, we're scared, we're hungry, we're tired, and we don't want to put up with these synthesoids and these synthetic beings, and fuck that, fuck them, fuck you, and got out of our face. And you retire to your vineyard for 10 years. And then you come out of your vineyard when an old friend's daughter shows up at your doorstep looking for protection, and you realize, I gotta do this shit. I've still got some gas in the tank. I gotta go. Yeah, I've been loving it so far. It's quite fantastic. I just watched the 3rd episode today, where he finally gets his crew, his ship, and he gets to tell them engage, which just gave me tingles because then they're going on their trip. Have you guys gotten to see any of it?
Well, I have not.
Not a bit.
I actually just had a question for you.
Yes.
30 seconds. House 7 of 9.
She has not appeared yet.
God damn it.
She's not appeared yet. Although a former Borg did appear just this episode, which I didn't realize until a little while ago, and it kind of blew my mind because it's a good callback. So that's great. But yeah, you find out very early on who the girl is that he's trying to protect. You get thrown a major curveball at the end of the first episode that leads into the second and third, which, again, pretty awesome. So far, I love the cast. Like I said, I like him a lot. He's doing Patrick Stewart's just Patrick Stewart. He's great. And I just like it because it kind of shows the one conceit of the Federation is that the Federation always stands for like the moral good and togetherness and everyone working together. But if you watch Star Trek and pay attention, I feel like if you've paid attention to it over the years, you can always see that there's always someone who's working for the Federation who wants to fuck all that up. Word. Whether it's an admiral or a captain who's a little bit racist or somebody out there who's just like humanity first. And it's always like a captain like Picard or Janeway or somebody who has to stand up and tell them, this ain't what the fuck the Federation stands for. This ain't what we stand for. We're not taking this. We're not going along with your plan. You're wrong. This is not who we are. And what happens when you lose all those guys to retirement, to time, to age, and suddenly, like, the Federation just becomes basically fear. And, like, people just looking out for themselves and their best interests and not looking out for the greater good like they're supposed to be doing. So, I love it. I love it. I'm excited. I want more of it. If it was all out right now, I would call it of work and just binge it. Call it a day.
Do you think that it has anything to do with our current political climate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's definitely drawing on that, but I think it's a realistic approach still. Like I said, I think because of how Star Trek was always set, you were always focusing on one crew, one captain, one example of what that team was like. And now, because you're seeing the rest of the universe and how the rest of the universe has moved on without them, you get the sense that things have changed. Because again, Picard is arguably the greatest captain in Starfleet. So when you have the greatest captain in Starfleet calling the shots and setting the example, everybody has to up their game. And when that guy retires and isn't there to call the shots anymore, especially after what's basically Space 9/11 happens in the show, everybody just gives in to like fear and like, we got to look out for ourselves. We should have been looking out for ourselves. We shouldn't be helping our enemies because helping our enemies was what fucked us over in the first place. Like, we would have been more prepared to help ourselves if we weren't helping people we don't like. It's always been that case. Utopia isn't utopia unless somebody's willing to fight for utopia.
Yes, that is true.
You can't keep that. So yeah, Picard, I highly recommend it. And if you don't like it so far, I'd say wait for it to come out. Wait for all of them to come out and then watch it. Because it's probably one of those shows that if you're watching it over the course of the season, it'll probably get better for you as you won't have to wait. And you'll just, have less time to be mad at something that happened in one episode. And that might get fixed in the next episode or 2 episodes down the road.
That is literally what happened with me with The Mandalorian and Silicon Valley.
There you go. See? There you go. Perfectly good example. Harley Quinn, thus far. I think they had their 11th episode or something.
Yes.
Air up to last week. I think I kind of hated Harley Quinn when it first came out. It felt like kind of over the top, way too trying hard trash. But as it's gone on, as I've kept watching episodes, it's found a better groove. And Harley does not annoy me as much.
Yes.
I feel like I like her characters more. Harley is good. Poison Ivy's probably the best character in the whole show.
Yes.
But Harley's gotten better, and she's grown as a character, and she's still nowhere near as terrible as boob-shaking Harley from Harley and Batman. So, sorry, Bruce, Tim, and Paul Dini. That one's still the worst. Tit-shaking Harley is terrible. And while this one could potentially do that, at least I would understand where she's coming from, because she'd have a reason. So yeah, this Harley Quinn is definitely closer to what her comic book interpretation is, probably a little closer to her movie interpretation. And the latest episode basically had her going home to visit her mom and dad because she hadn't seen them in forever, because she's fighting with Ivy, and her dad basically owing money to the mob and putting a hit out on her to get her killed so he can pay them off. Her dad is a shitty dad. He basically cost her a gold medal in the Olympics because she had to throw her competition because he bet against her to pay off the mob earlier. So yeah, he's pretty terrible. Pretty terrible.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Why would a network cancel a Deadpool cartoon and not realize that it would be as popular as this?
I think what probably happened is FX didn't cancel the Deadpool cartoon. FX canceled the Deadpool cartoon because Marvel told them to. Because Marvel probably had future plans for Deadpool. And they were going through an acquisition, and that was probably a term like, stop any projects you have. We don't want you to fuck up our future plans.
Yes.
I think it was more that.
So I've been agreeing with everything you've said. Yeah. So this entire thing about Harley Quinn, and literally just after that. So congratulations, Andrew. Everything I wanted to say, you said it.
Cool. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, that came back tonight too, because it's Thursday the 6th of February. A lot of fun. Season 7, Brooklyn Nine-Nine moved to NBC after being on Fox, because Fox wants to get rid of it. They're idiots. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is awesome. If you haven't watched it, you should watch it, because
it's great.
I didn't think I liked Andy Samberg. I love Andy Samberg now after watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's amazing. And yeah, this season 7 starts with a manhunt for attempted assassin of the mayor of New York. They're in New York. And basically, Captain Holt has been demoted down to officer for trying to take down the chief of police last season. Failing because the chief of police is crooked and they know it. And so now he has to work for Peralta, and it basically is hijinks during this investigation because they're both trying to figure out their roles, with him used to being working for Captain Holt and Captain Holt used to being in charge. So it's kind of funny. And also Christian Schultz, I can't remember who her name is. She's a redhead with kind of funny teeth. She was on SNL. She's usually kind of playing an awkward character. But she's in the show now as his partner. And she's just funny and ridiculous. And she keeps saying awkward things like, she doesn't want to help him because she'd rather just stand here and pick up cones and do stuff because it's nice and safe. Or she's only became a cop because she's trying to find her sister's murderer. And it's like, well, that's just off. Or she's really focused on getting her steps in today, and she's getting really high steps with all this crime scene detail. And it's also her birthday. So it's just like, it's just ridiculous. So I'm sure there'll be a lot more fun with her and Holt having to be teamed up.
Is she wearing a Fitbit?
She's wearing something like that. She's using an app that's like a walking app. Okay. And she's gotten several walking friends because that's part of the plot, how they find them later in the episode, because they all friend her and figure out where they walk to because they get caught by the assassin they're looking for, Holt and his new partner. So yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, a lot of fun. You should watch it. It's great. And last, 2 comic books that came out from IDW in the last 2 months. They're called The Kill Lock. I totally don't remember the names of the characters, but the basic idea is that these 4 robots have been tied together. And if either of them die, they all die. One of them is like basically kind of an architect robot. He's able to build other robots, but he's also a super asshole, and he uses his abilities to dismantle robots who piss him off and cause harm to them. So he's done that, and he's been given this kill lock because of that. Another one is like almost like a holy warrior robot who was used to fight wars and stuff like that, but he apparently did something or disobeyed some order, and now he's got the kill lock. A third one is a robot who routinely gets drunk, and his job was to open ports for space ships to come in, and he accidentally closes a port before a spaceship comes in, and so the spaceship crashes and kills tons, because again, he's a robot who gets drunk all the time, so he's drunk on the job. And last is a robot who's basically a young child, and he's made incomplete, so they just consider him defective, so they put him a kill lock. And they're basically now searching for a robot that is believed to be able to remove the kill lock from them so they can be separated and not have to worry about dying if one of them dies. So far, it's a really good story because, one of the characters is pretty much evil and the other 2 are, a drunk, a holy warrior, and a child. And they're just traveling the universe searching for this creator who can help them. And it's a lot of good. It's pretty good. So, Kill Lock. Highly recommend it from IDW. And those are my quick reviews. Quick.
Cool.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So last but not least, Whoever wants it.
Oh, I guess that's me.
There you go.
Sorry.
So our next segment is it worthy? Basically, we talk about some topics that hey, are we looking forward to it or not? So let's start off with Nintendo president is denying that there is a Switch successor. So for all you guys who picked up a Switch and thought, hey, this is awesome. Would be awesome if it had a little bit more power. Or it would be awesome if I could just take it around all the time and keep its portability. Well, you got a Switch Lite, but you're never getting a Switch Pro. That's right. All those rumors were false. And plus, Nintendo really didn't come out and say that they were coming out with a Pro. They are banking on the fact that their Pokemon games have sold 3 million copies. Super Smash Bros. Sold 5 million copies. And basically, their games in general...
First week.
Yeah, in the first week. Their games in general are selling like hotcake. And they're not worried about competing with the other consoles or any of the new consoles coming out. So, yeah, here's your Switch, your 2 SKUs, and you're going to like it. So,
for now.
Is it worthy? Yeah, Nintendo knows what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They know what they're doing.
I never really liked the fact that consoles did the PSP, PS4 Pro or the Xbox One Special or whatever the fuck. I never really liked that shit anyway. So the Switch and the Switch Lite make sense because you're just like, okay, so this is the console one and this is the portable one. So,
although the things that you mentioned are basically just upgrades too, so you don't have to get them.
I know.
They're just slightly better.
I know, but why make a slightly better console? Just make the next version of the console.
Well, the problem is, if it's not the same thing, then you force people to buy new games that don't play on your new console or your old console. So,
make it backwards compatible.
So then it's basically the same console, just an upgrade.
It's just a new generation.
Yeah, just make a new generation of the console.
That's the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. That's basically what you did.
That's
what you said you hate. That's what they did.
No, but that's just a half measure. I'm talking about a full fucking thing. The difference between a PS3 and a PS4 is significant.
Yes, but if you do a new thing within 2-3 years, it's still a half measure because you've only gone 2-3 years. You can't advance that much in 2-3 years.
So then wait until you can, and then make a new one.
But that's not how games work anymore, Sam.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's my problem.
People need to make money now. They got mouths to feed. They got kids. I got kids.
So play this game and buy it.
So Digimon's coming back. So
there's
a new movie called Digimon Last Adventure, and I'm a Digimon fan. And I just don't care. Right? Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kuzuma. Oh, wherever. I just pronounced that wrong.
Does anyone under the age of 20 even know what a Digimon is anymore?
Probably not. And it sucks because I love Digimon.
You're not under the age of 20, Ed.
I like Digimon.
Okay, so if for all of you who don't know, Digimon was this great show that came out before, the Pokemon was really, really, really popular. It just came out, it was super popular, but not mega popular.
I don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure it came out after Pokemon.
I'm pretty sure Digimon came out before Pokemon.
I'm pretty sure Digimon is a terrible ripoff
Back
of
to
Pokemon
Google.
with digital monsters.
That's why we have Google, and we can have these conversations and then just solve them in seconds.
In seconds. Or a couple minutes.
Digital Monster came out in 1997.
No,
Oh, yeah, it did.
Fucked.
Pokemon came out in... Let's see. Sorry, I'm looking for the date. Can't find it right now.
I think it's 93.
Looks like it's also 1997, potentially.
Oh! Does it sound like...
Although some games came out in 19... No, the franchise was created in 1995.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Bummer.
Yeah. Digimon is a terrible, terrible ripoff of Pokemon.
No, it's a better
not
ripoff.
terrible.
It's a better ripoff. You don't have to carry a whole
It's
bunch
not
of
a terrible ripoff, but it's a ripoff.
Everyone gets one Digimon. There's no reason why everyone should get any type of Pokemon. That's ridiculous. That's
You
ridiculous.
don't have to catch them all with Digimon.
You have a partner and you work with that partner.
No,
and
no,
do
life.
things.
Only Ash wanted to
Family.
catch them all.
No, everyone wanted to
he
fucking
had.
catch them all. That's the.
He was hanging out with a group of like-minded people who wanted to catch them all. But anyone could go out into their front yard, see a Pokemon living in the bushes, and catch it if they wanted to.
But that's where you're wrong, because then Ash succumbed to peer pressure, and he decided, I have to catch them all.
Yes.
And then he forced Pikachu to never evolve.
Well, that's what happens when you hang out
Therefore,
with a
that's
bad
abuse.
crowd.
He's not
And
forcing him not to evolve because
he's telling his animals to fight other animals.
He's giving him the option to evolve before, and he just kind of like smacked the rock out of his hand.
Ash is the Michael Vick of video games.
Except he's successful.
Anyway, so the Digimon Last Evolution movie takes place 5 years after the events of Digimon Adventure Tri, that 6-part film series that released in 2015 that no one watched. And now on the cusp of adulthood, Tai and his Digidestined friends discover that with age, their bonds with each of the Digimon will ultimately break. How does it end for Tai, Agumon, and the others? That is bullshit. At the end of season 2 of the fucking franchise, they show that all the Digimon and and their partners grew old together. And like they did all this stuff. Like fucking Tai and Agumon are like fucking what are they called when you go to diplomats for the digital world, and like they go to the UN and stuff.
Look, here's the thing. That movie was made back in the day when systems were still 32-bit systems. No one thought we'd move to 64-bit and that we'd give up 32-bit apps. But that's what Digimon are. They're old operating systems and computer programs.
It was the season finale of season 2.
New shit.
It was the season finale of season 2. It wasn't like a movie. It was an actual. They can fit.
Oh no, I believe you.
That was the finale of the series and the adventures of Tai and his friends. That was the whole thing. And now they're making a movie. They say like, yeah, no, that didn't happen. This is what really happened. And like,
Flashpoint.
No, don't fucking use that.
Flashpoint.
You know
Digipoint.
Anyway, Matrix 4. Let's skip Digimon because apparently people are trying to hurt my feelings today. Matrix 4 is kicking off filming with Keanu Reeves, but it's not the Neo you remember. What? Anyone want to move forward with this? Because I'm confused.
Yeah, I mean, look at the picture. People can't see the picture because they're listening to a podcast. But anyways.
Looking.
So like, basically...
I mean, he just looks like he's wearing regular clothes.
Yeah, he's just out getting coffee. Are we sure this is him, like, in the movie?
I mean, could be him in the movie. Could be him before the movie.
They're hinting
could be him before the end of the Matrix 3.
They're hinting that there's time travel involved.
Okay.
I mean...
Okay. So...
Right?
Neo's put back in the Matrix. He doesn't know he's in the Matrix. He's going to get coffee because he's a normal plebe. He gets unlocked out of the Matrix again. That's what this is all about.
Okay.
What if, instead of that, the machines, in an effort to stop this whole piece that they have found a way to go back in time, a la Star Trek First Contact, and they go back in time to stop Neo from winning, but they overshoot the timeline, so they go back too far in time, and then Neo or someone has to go back in time to stop them, and they end up picking up Neo and Trinity on the way to stop them in an earlier version of the Matrix.
So this is the Kelvin timeline.
That can't happen because Neo was literally born in the Matrix. All of us, all the people in the Matrix movies were born in the Matrix. They were actually babies. Even if they went back in time, they would just find Neo in a pod jacked into the Matrix.
And yet he's there. I don't know.
Because I feel as though Neo right now that we're seeing, who died at the end of the movie, is actually...
Was just put back in the Matrix, that's all.
Put back into the Matrix, that's all. To keep it... And then they're gonna like, oh shit, Neo's alive. We should like go get him, right? And they're all like, yeah. So they go get him.
That doesn't mean there isn't the possibility of time travel being involved. It just means the sequence of events is different than what Andrew just explained. So like,
okay, so they've basically terminated Resistance. They've gone back in time to find the one earlier and tell him that he's the one, so that he can become the one earlier to save the humanity.
Exactly. Do you remember when they basically said this has happened
16.
over and over and over again?
16 times.
16 times. This could be them fleshing that out.
Yeah, that could be it. So we just see different versions of the one.
Right. Now this sounds boring.
Yeah,
Although
you know
now
what? Wow, yeah.
Look. Just be okay. It's going to be okay. He's going to have 2 time travel movies in 1 year. It's going to be Bill and Ted, and it's going to be The Matrix. And if we see a phone
John
booth in The
Wick 4.
Matrix, then we know that it's connected to the Bill and Ted. That's all we got to know.
Or it might be 3, and John Wick 4 involves time travel.
That's a bit of a jump for John Wick.
He saves the dog. He goes back and saves the dog. Never becomes John Wick.
Why save the dog? Go back and save your wife. Never become John Wick.
No, because he was
Never
married.
become John Wick. Never get the dog.
Was he married while he was still doing the assassin shit, or did he give up his stuff assassin shit then got married? Because I thought he gave up his assassin shit because his wife told him to give up his assassin shit.
He got married. Then his wife died from cancer, and then the dog was her last gift to him.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And that's why he went after.
Right.
He came back and started killing people.
I understand
because he killed the dog.
I know,
he never becomes fucking John Wick. There we go.
What I was saying is, wasn't he married while he was still doing his John Wick business?
I think he had stopped by the time he got married.
Okay,
Yes.
that's
He was
what I
retired.
thought.
That's when he stopped.
All right, that's weird. All right, next one. This is kind of sad. Vertigo's Twitter account shuts down defers to DC. A new tweet from the official Vertigo Comics Twitter account heralds the end of the Vertigo DC imprint. It says, "Thank you for the following along on this strange adventure. For future updates, please follow DC Comics. This is because Vertigo Comics has been shunted, and there will no longer be." This was announced in 2019 June, and that they were retiring all of that. And I don't fucking know why. You have a plethora of stuff, but DC likes to shunt things.
Well, they've been integrating all that into the main DC universe now, because you have Sandman and you have Lucifer and you have Constantine. They're all now DC titles that come out, but just not under the DC imprint.
What about Minutemen?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh my god! See, this is what I'm fucking talking about. There's plenty of other content that was from fucking Vertigo, and they're just losing it. Just this is Wildstorm all over again. They hype up that they're gonna do something with it, and then they just
Wildstorm. They lost Milestone years ago. Wildstorm.
No, I'm talking about Wildstorm recently. Remember, I fucking reviewed
I know.
it.
I'm just talking about they lost Milestone years ago. Why would you trust them with anything that's not Superman or Batman?
I don't know, because I trust DC and they keep burning me. I don't know.
Oh, DC doing DC things.
They're still Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Just sell it to Marvel so we can move the fuck on. Sell it to Disney so we can move the fuck on.
Hey, there's a new Marvel cartoon coming out.
It's
called Marvel Future Avengers. It's coming to Disney Plus on February 28th. It was an anime series produced by Madhouse and Walt Disney Japan. It premiered in the country in 2017. It focused on 3 teenagers who gained superpowers after Hydra experiments on them. But after they determined this, they defect to the Avengers, who agreed to take them on as protégés. It was 39 episodes. It had 2 seasons. A few territories got an English dub. So there you go. It's coming to Disney Plus.
Coolio.
Marvel Future Avengers.
Next on the worthy path, J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot will develop Justice League Dark for film and TV. Cool.
So, in 2013, there was a beautiful moment when it seemed Guillermo del Toro would make a live-action Justice League Dark movie with the working title Dark Universe. Yes, we do remember this.
I wanted it so bad!
Starring Constantine, the Spectre, Deadman, Zatanna, and Satara. But by 2015, he was confirmed to be off the project. Bad Robot is, of course, a production company that brought us mega projects like Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, Westworld, Mission Impossible, Fallout, and it has an intimidating number of projects in development, including more Mission Impossible, more Star Trek, and a new HBO sci-fi show, Demimonde. I have no idea what that is.
And a new Cloverfield movie.
J.J. Abrams is rumored to be taking all of this over. What I would love out of this, would make me super excited about this, is if Keanu Reeves, yes, I said it, came back as John Constantine.
Boo!
I would be excited because I am a huge Keanu Reeves fan right now, and he could just do anything at the moment.
I'd rather Keanu Reeves just finally takes whatever offer that Marvel gives him to do a Marvel movie. They find a role that's perfect for him, like, Adam Warlock, and he does that instead of him coming back as John Constantine. Because I gotta be honest with you, if I took that John Constantine movie as a good movie because that's all I was going to get for John Constantine, but
that's what we all thought.
That's
that was
all
it.
I was going to stop. But I saw fucking Matt Ryan do it. Okay, so like
that's true. He was pretty good.
He's not pretty good. He's John Constantine,
still doing it,
and he's still doing it. So get him to do it.
All right.
Everyone acknowledged that he was good, and that was not the problem with the TV show.
He's good enough to survive the cancellation of that show.
Exactly.
And be brought over.
You convinced me. I just wouldn't be mad if they said, "Hey, Keanu, come on back."
I think it's because everyone realizes Keanu is kind of magic now, so they kind of want to bring him back into things. But no, just do this all over again. Just recast some new people. And give us either a film or a TV show. I say, what do you think? I think film. Dead air. What do you think? Film or TV show? Because I feel film is, you can do it in 2 hours and do it and just put it out. If it's a TV show, there's an opportunity for it to fuck up. Because apparently no one liked Swamp Thing. And they canceled Constantine after one season.
No, actually, that's not true. People liked Swamp Thing.
It was really
Warner
good, actually.
Brothers
Yeah.
did not want to spend the money on Swamp Thing.
It was a tax thing. It was a lot of money.
So they were spending too much money, and they lost some credit they were supposed to be getting for taxes. And they were just like, we're not making this too much.
So you had a gold mine winner, and you let
it was really good, by the way.
You let it go because it cost too much.
I think they thought they were going to spend $4 million on production for that show, and they were going to end up spending $40 million, and they're like, fuck that. I think the tax credit was actually a very big, boo-boo.
You know what? This is why I don't fucking... You know what? Flashpoint's not going to happen. Everything is horrible. There's, nothing good in this world when it comes to fucking DC and Warner Brothers. This is the pits.
Now you understand what we've been saying. Yeah, okay, Swamp Thing. They drained the show's budget due to a colossal tax credit snafu in North Carolina by withholding the $40 million infusion of greenbacks that Warner Brothers had been counting on. So apparently Warner Brothers was expected to be getting $40 million, and something bad happened. And South Carolina was like, nope, we sorry. That's not cool. The numbers were way off, setting a tax credit $40 million that only exceeds the maximum payout per season for any production of $12 million, but also exceeds the North Carolina film budget by $31 million. So, yeah, the most anyone could get was $12 million, and they were expecting to get it $40. And so, it kind of screwed them up.
Yeah.
And they canceled.
DC shit's in your cup again. Anyway, next subject. Marvel Comics gives Thor a massive upgrade for 2020. Not only that, they also gave Iron Man a bit of an upgrade for 2020. But Andrew, do you want to take the Thor one?
Sure. Thor is now a Herald of Galactus. He's All-Father, Herald of Galactus. He got his arms back. He got magic. He got power cosmic. And now he's basically trying to feed Galactus, but not feed him people, so that they can fight this coming dark that's going to destroy the universe that Galactus has warned them about, that has also killed the DC universe and the Marvel universe.
Yep.
Yeah, in Thor 2, they basically show a universe getting killed by the dark, and they basically show what looks like Superman flying through the air at super speed, the Flash running on the street, and Green Lantern flying behind them as they die. So, So Thor is helping Galactus, and it's not going well so far. There's been some conflict. They don't quite get along.
Yeah.
But shit's going to get bad if they can't work together.
And they get interrupted at the end by Beta Ray Bill with a giant super cruiser that somehow damaged Galactus via shot with their...
It's a very big gun. It's got a very big gun. But yeah, Beta Ray is not super happy because, Galactus eating planets. He can't really stand for that. And Thor's hammer keeps getting heavier every day for him. So that's another issue too.
Yeah.
Heavy is the head that holds the hammer.
Please. And Iron Man,
crown.
there is a new comic for Iron Man called Iron Man 2020. This has been apparently in the works for a while now, but I didn't know that. Arno.
Yep.
God, I'm bad at names. Arno Stark is the new Iron Man. If you don't know who Arno Stark is, it was revealed, I want to say 5 years ago? 10 years ago? How long ago did it reveal that about Iron Man's secret identity?
Probably 5.
Feels like a while ago.
Okay.
Probably 5. I don't think 10.
Cliff Notes version, Iron Man actually isn't the biological child of Tony Stark, and the actual biological
Of
child
Howard and Maria Stark.
Sorry, Howard and Maria Stark, and he's
adopted.
Yeah, he's adopted. Their actual child, Howard and Maria Stark, is Arno.
Yes, Arno.
And he was in an iron lung for the entire time, but then he figured out how to rework Tony's extremis nanobots to rebuild his body, and became the new and improved Arno Stark. And now he's taken over Tony's company because Tony has revealed to the world that he is not the real Tony Stark. He is a artificial intelligence copy of Tony Stark in a manufactured body, and the real Tony Stark is dead. And so they were just like, you can't get to keep a company. So Arno came and took it, and now he's also taking the mantle as Iron Man.
At least that's what he believes, Tony. But Tony's dramatic.
Yeah, he's always been dramatic.
Yeah,
He'll be
but
back.
there's also
I'm not a real boy.
There's also a Tony Stark in the Avengers that's like trapped behind, like in the beginning of time. So I don't know what that.
So that's still him. No, you know what that is. That's still him. It's just this storyline is not taking place at the same time as that storyline.
Nope.
So the storyline's taking place before he got dramatic and was like, "I'm not real. I can't live here anymore. I gotta go hang out with machines. I'm a machine."
What if when he came back and he regrew himself, that wasn't him that regrew himself? Somebody came, took Tony, and threw him back in time, and maybe the Tony that we've been telling this entire time wasn't the real Tony. The Tony from behind time is the actual Tony that we see.
You're looking too deep. That's not what happened. It's just the way the stories line up.
Okay, then Dan Slott sucks.
It's comics.
Dan Slott has always sucked, though.
He's super
I'm sorry.
sucks.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to put up with any of this Dan Slott suckery bullshit that the two of you are talking. Dan Slott
He's terrible.
is a fucking
What?
He's a fucking treasure. He's a fucking treasure.
What?
He's worked on Spider-Man for like the last 5-6 years, and we've got nothing but amazing Spider moments. So I don't know what the hell you were talking about. Spider Island? Amazing.
Okay.
Do I have to go over all the things he's done?
They're
amazing.
okay.
Spider-Verse?
He's not great.
Did he
Without
reset?
Dan Slott, there'd be no Spider-Verse?
Did he reset? Is he the one who reset Parker Industries? I'm sorry.
He's the one who created and reset Parker Industries? Yeah.
Okay.
He created the damn idea.
He created
and
it.
Got rid of it.
And yeah, he got rid of it.
Guess what? Guess what? He's got editors. Editors tell him shit that's got to get done.
Well,
he just writes the stories. If an editor says, "Hey, we need Peter to be poor next month," Dan Slott got to make it happen. Dan Slott don't need to take your guff on how he been doing when he been giving you all these great Spider-Man moments for like a decade now. You wouldn't have no Miles Morales Spider-Verse movie without Dan Slott.
I'm gonna get you your fanboy Dan Slott was right T-shirt, and I'll mail it to you.
Yeah.
This bullshit Dan Slott is lame. Superior Spider-Man was Dan Slott. Spider-Verse was Dan Slott.
Okay. All right. So predictions for 2020. So
motherfuckers talk about this.
Oh wait, can I start real quick?
Right.
Okay, I already know.
Disrespectful motherfuckers.
I already know. Wait. No, I just wanted to butt in. I'm not really going to say what my prediction is because I already know what Sam's prediction is going to be. And it's going to be DC and Marvel are going to cross over in some form or fashion this year.
Okay, 1, get out of my mind, you wizard person. 2, you goddamn right I believe there's going to be a crossover with Marvel vs. DC. I think they're going to start hinting at the fact that the DC universe and the Marvel universe are going to make a crossover. There is no serious beef between the executives. The heads of their companies actually play golf together, we've been told. There's been a lot of transferring over of writers from one of the big two to the other of the big two. Cough, cough. The normal suspects. So, this leads me to believe they're seeing the ground for a possible crossover. So I think we're going to get hints in the crossover. I mean, we already got hints in, what was the 12-issue craziness that they had with the Dr. Manhattan Doomsday Clock? They hinted that fucking Thor and Superman killed the Hulk. Or Superman and Hulk killed Thor. Something like that. Anyway, I think this is going to start happening. And I think this is the best way for DC to get some sales up again after... I mean, other than DC Metal, what was like the big drawing for DC Comics in the last while? Yeah, your silence says it all. So...
Alfred died.
That wasn't a draw. That was just a sad thing that happened. Okay?
Superman just came out of the closet.
Superman didn't come out the... Stop saying... Don't say it like that. Superman revealed his secret identity to everyone, which... Whoop-de-doo.
He came out.
Whoop-de-doo, Basil. What does it all mean? Like... Yeah. No, DC Metal was the last time everyone really, really was excited about the stuff that was coming out of DC. And
we're getting a sequel to DC Metal.
Yeah, we are getting a sequel to DC Metal. And we're also getting a sequel to, what was the one with the rage virus? Shit. No, the anti-equation that became into a zombie. DC Ceased.
Yes.
They're making a sequel to that. Because DC Ceased was really good too.
There you go.
Boom. For prediction, Marvel DC hintings of the Marvel vs. DC crossover. And when we see those hints, I'm going to bring them as evidence. And I'm going to parade them around as the song I Was Right that I wrote by myself is played on the speakers.
Dan Slott also writing the Fantastic Four book right now.
Oh my God, dude.
God damn it.
What's your prediction, Andrew?
I have no prediction, honestly.
Okay.
Streaming games is going to be huge this year. It's going to be the next big thing in the next 5 years.
Okay.
This is the year it starts.
So
it's already started with Google, but it's going to be this. It's going to be GeForce Now, which is already now another one. It's going to be whatever Microsoft's launches, which we kind of already know, and it's going to be whatever Sony has to compete against that, and potentially Nintendo. Nintendo's going to be last in this game, but Sony's going to have something sooner or later they're going to announce because they have to.
I don't think Nintendo's going to join.
Now, but Nintendo won't join until they're kicked and screams and pulling to join, but they'll join sooner or later because in Japan they actually have a service that lets them stream games already to Nintendo Switches in Japan. There's a service, so Nintendo has dipped their toe into it very quietly. But if it becomes a thing for everyone, they'll have to do it. Oh, and I also predict Steam is going to make one. Steam is going to give you the ability to stream your games from Steam servers, probably, to your server. Because if they don't, they're going to get left behind very quickly.
They're going to get 8.
Yeah. There's already free services like Rainway that let you stream your PC games to your tablet, to your phone, and play them with a Bluetooth controller or a keyboard and mouse. And that's a free service that actually works really well. So it already exists. So Steam just has to build it for themselves to safeguard it. If not, someone else is going to do it for them.
Cool.
What's your prediction?
So my prediction for this year is we are going to see the very first iteration of an X-Man in one of these upcoming Marvel movies. I'm not counting New Mutants, obviously, because that's technically not part of the whole thing. But we will see that, and we will probably see a hint at what the overall new big bad is going to be.
Kang the Conqueror.
Just like we did with Thanos with the start of the whole Marvel phases. And last but not least, I do predict that Robert Downey Jr. will reprise his role as Iron Man fully, not just a voice in an upcoming phase. Because they're going to throw a ridiculous amount of money at him to do it.
I predict he'll be an AI first version of himself.
I agree. Yes. First.
Yes.
And those are my predictions.
Cool.
All right. I mean,
is our combo episode over? Have we attacked the internet enough?
We sure did. We attacked the entire month of January. We covered everything under the sun. We talked trailers. We talked news. We talked games. We talked stuff that we don't give a shit about and stuff that we do give shit about. And we gave our predictions. We were all over the place. But, yeah. Does anyone have anything else to add? No.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening to yet another episode of Sam and Ed's Totally Original Geek News Podcast with Andrew McDonald.
From the Review Zoo!
From the Review Zoo! Please join us again next time. We're hopefully going to change the format a little bit. I don't know, Sam, if you want to explain to them what we're looking to do in terms of reviews, our short reviews.
Okay, so
Coming up.
There's going to be a new podcast that's coming out, which will be called 4 Minutes to Save the Show. Patent pending. 4 Minutes to Save the Show. It's going to be another podcast, but the difference is instead of it being a bit of a free format where we just talk about a bunch of stuff, it will be a one and done kind of thing, and it will only be 4 minutes long. So you will get your news, or you get your reviews, or whatever the heck that we decide to talk about for that 4 minutes, whether it's just something that popped up and then like out of the ether, or just me ranting that Marvel and DC have finally crossed over, and I can shove it down Ed and Andrew's mouths.
Oh my god.
I feel like I was there for that prediction. Anyways, I'm not sure what... Well, no, I'm sorry. I was there for they're going to buy the prediction. Go on.
Yeah. Anyway.
Although I bet Dan Slott will write it when they do cross over.
Oh my
gosh.
Fucking God. Anyway, the point is, 4 Minutes to Save the Show will be a new podcast, which you will hear from all of us. It won't be paired up like, Ed and me, myself, or Andrew and myself. It will literally be just one of us, just doing a quick review of something or a quick news update or something, but it's supposed to be bite-sized. We're gonna try to aim for 2 to 3 episodes per the week, but then after that we want to eventually get to the goal that we're releasing multiple episodes a day, because we are masochists and we like hurting ourselves, and
We're going to hit it and quit it.
repeatedly, I guess, but sure.
I mean, yes.
If you skip to the end and you just didn't catch the little part where I was explaining what was going on with the rest of the shows, TRZ and TOGNP are going to be, you like that, right? Are going to be now monthly episodes. They're going to release once a month, and we're going to be covering topics from the month prior. So this was going to be released in February, and we'll be covering everything that happened in January. We did a combined episode because, it just worked out better that time. And we might do episodes where they're combined. They might just be the two of us like we normally do, like me and Ed, because, we're the better pair. Shade, no shade. But yeah, so this is just going to be a new change of the Rapture Press. We got some new stuff coming down the pipe that we're excited to show you, and we figured this would be the great way to start off the year. Did I miss anything? Did I forget anything?
No, I think that's about it.
That's about it, yeah.
Just search for us everywhere you get your podcasts, rapturepress.com, or, TOGNP, or The Review Zoo. You can find us there. Look for the other shows that are also there. Mike and Mike have launched their new show, Goldbloomed, The Complete Works, which is the complete works of Jeff Goldblum. And even Cheryl might be coming back soon, former kind of partner of ours with an earlier show, with a new show of her own. So, some stuff is coming.
Yeah. Although the complete works of Nick Cage isn't complete in my opinion, but we'll see. He keeps working.
They had to stop at a certain point. He works too much.
It's never ending.
Yeah. They had lives. They had to move on. They had women and children crying for them. Give it up.
They're all in high school now.
Exactly.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't have it.
Just trying to explain how much work Nick Cage has done in his career.
Oh,
exactly. They gave 4 years of their life to Nick Cage. This relationship is over for now. Now they moved on to Jeff Goldblum. Life finds a way.
Always, always. Well, thank you all for listening. Tune in again next time. And yeah, thank you guys for joining me. And Andrew, thanks for jumping on. I'm glad you took the invite. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate being invited.
All right. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
All right. See you guys next
Bye.
time. Peace.
Cool.